Welcome to a new era of football. More of the game we all love. Where a new breed of talent takes center stage.
This team is explosive.
Wow! 8 teams with a unique identity, each with a passion and desire to win.
That one was a beauty.
This is football reborn. This is the XFL.
Football is back. Can you feel it?
LA Wildcats, Houston Roughnecks. Next on Fox.
It is more of what we love, football. And these guys have been waiting 2 years to kick it off. It's the debut of the XFL on Fox. The wait is finally over. Welcome.
Let's go, baby. We work too damn hard. Let's eat. Let's eat on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's eat.
To week 1 of the XFL on Fox. It is the Los Angeles Wildcats and the Houston Roughnecks coming to you from TDECU Stadium in Houston. And this game will provide unprecedented access like inside the locker room, along the sideline. We'll get to hear from players and coaches, and that access has begun already.
Whether you score a touchdown, whether you give up one, doesn't matter. The next play is the most important, all right? One snap will clear everything. All right, let's get a break right here on TV.
From the first play to the last whistle. So guess what? I hope they call kickoff return, because I won't set the tone. That's how I feel. I hope they call kickoff return, because I won't set the tone, bro. That's how I feel, Big Storm. So you can go roll somebody over there. You hear me? So let's go out there and knock them loose, big dog. Come on, man.
Hey, listen up.
The Wildcats defensive end Anthony Johnson is ready to go, and so are we. Welcome to the broadcast booth. Kurt Menefee alongside Joel Klatt. We'll get down to the sidelines and Brock Hewitt in just a bit. But, you know, we talk about being excited for this. Obviously, the players are.
Yeah.
I can't wait for this game to kick off. Let's hurry up.
Listen, I love the sport. You love the sport. We all love the sport. We all want more of it, and we're going to get that. And we're going to be bringing you closer to the game than you've ever been brought before. Not only the emotion and all the access, but also the schematics of the game. I'm very excited. Can't wait to sit along with you and take this ride.
It has been a while getting here. It all started 2 years ago, in fact, when Oliver Luck, the president of the league, made the announcement.
It's great to be here with all of you on this truly momentous day in the launch of the new XFL. We are thrilled to make a major announcement of the cities: New York, Dallas, Houston, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Seattle, Tampa Bay, and Washington, D.C.
Bob Stoops to the XFL. That's a big addition for the XFL.
Very much appreciate the opportunity of starting something from the ground floor.
They picked their #1 quarterback today, Landry Jones, back up for the Steelers. He'll probably end up with Dallas and Stoops.
The team names and logos were chosen exclusively to represent the spirit of football fans in their respective cities.
In October, all the cuts are made, players are available, and you have your draft. The XFL ball's got different pebbling. 1 year to work on this ball.
Last night, XFL mini camps kicked off.
The team's jerseys and helmets were revealed to the players.
Camp underway as we speak. It's all up for grabs. It is a true competition.
A lot of rules were released today.
This league needs to be different, and this is really what it's going to be all about.
52-man rosters are set.
It's exciting. It's going to be fast, which I think will be a lot of fun.
It's big names. This league's going to be fascinating. I'm crazy into this.
And so there are 8 teams divided into East and West conferences. You will play each team in your division, as they're called, twice during the regular season. The team in the other division once. 10 games total, playoffs, and a championship game come late April. And so this is a big matchup in the Western Division between Los Angeles, the Wildcats, and the Houston Roughnecks. And you know what? Not only these two teams who this will matter down the road. We've got 2 teams with 2 totally different approaches. A defensive-minded, fiery guy in Winston Moss leading LA, and then June Jones, defense a little bit more calm, and an offensive guru for Houston.
Let's start with the offensive guru. June Jones has been around a long time. He's been a head coach at many different levels, and he's going to know exactly how to get his team ready to go, and he's going to play an exciting offensive brand of football. His quarterback leading that charge is P.J. Walker. P.J. Walker's a very good player, played his college football at Temple for Matt Rule when they were on that run there. Rule now, of course, the Carolina Panthers head coach. Walker was recently with the Indianapolis Colts and now with the Roughnecks. On the other side, Kurt, like you mentioned, it's the fiery Winston Moss, the former defensive assistant throughout the NFL, great player in his own right, and he'll be leading a very defensive-minded team led on that side of the football by the guy you heard in the locker room, Anthony Johnson. Anthony Johnson, not the 300-pounder from LSU. No, he's lost 100 pounds. That's right, folks. He's not even 308. He's tonight 240 pounds. He'll play outside linebacker, trying to further his career by proving to everybody that he can rush the passer from the outside. Can't wait to see it.
We heard from Anthony Johnson earlier. Throughout the broadcast, we'll hear from players, coaches, mic'd up in the booth, down on the sideline. Right now, though, we get to hear from the guy who is going to do a lot of that work down there. Brock Heward standing by with the two starting quarterbacks. Brock.
Yeah, thank you, Kurt. I'm feeling it. I know you quarterbacks are as well. So, PJ, what's rolling through your mind here with a minute to go till we play?
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. Just come out here and fly around and make a lot of plays and have fun with my teammates.
Charles, you told us you were waiting for this moment, right, for the last few years. What's going through your mind?
I'm just really excited to get to play again. Yeah, get to throw and start a football game.
How about the last message you'll have for those guys in that huddle before you break?
Let's play for one another. Let's be out here for each other. Let's have each other backs, and let's go out here and have fun.
Defensive-minded coach, plenty of emotion. What will you say to your guys in that huddle?
Just here we go. Here we go. Let's go score a touchdown.
Here we go, Kurt. It's the XFL, baby. Let's go.
Nothing left to say, right? Let's go score a touchdown. Let's score a couple of them for each team. And this is a perfect day to do it. The weather, you could not ask for better. Saturday afternoon here in Houston, 70 degrees, light winds, and very few clouds in the sky. Throughout the XFL season, we'll keep an eye on the betting line. And this number provided by Fox Bet has the Houston Roughnecks 6.5-point favorites going into this. And look at the over-under. Expected to be a high-scoring affair, 50.5. And keep in mind, each weekend you can win money playing XFL Super 6. Download the Fox Sports Super 6 app and play for free for your chance to win $10,000. All right, a couple of slightly different rules, most to do with the clock. You probably won't notice them, but one that everyone can tell right off the bat here, Joel Klatt, is the kickoff's a little different here.
I think it's important not to make little changes just for change's sake, but Kurt, make changes that you feel like can make the game better or safer. That's where we find ourselves here with the kickoff. The kicker will be back at the 30-yard line. He's going to kick the ball off from that spot, and yet his team, the kicking team, will be all the way on the opposite side of the field at the 35-yard line. The receiving team lines up at the 30, and those players, those 10 players lined up opposite each other, they will not move until the kick has been caught by the return man. This is important, folks. We are getting rid of the long run concussion, long run impact. All of those things can make the game better, make the game safer, and we see it right here with the XFL.
And here we are. The LA Wildcats and the Houston Roughnecks begin their franchise history. James Butler on the return. Out across the 30, a little running room. What a way to start for Houston. 33 yards on the return for Butler. And so very good starting field position for P.J. Walker. You talked about his career at Temple. Spent the last couple of years on the Indianapolis Colts' practice squad. Really, on the practice squad, you don't get a chance to play. So this is a big opportunity for him.
Huge opportunity for him. I asked him point blank, why are you here? And he said, for playing experience. I need reps. I need to take snaps. And here he is.
First down, starting from the 39-yard line. Off right away, Andre Williams. And a one-time New York Giant picks up a couple of yards. You talked about this offense for the Houston Renegades.
Should be high-flying.
It really should, because that's what we expect whenever you see June Jones run an offense.
Well, June Jones has been known for his entire history for this run-and-shoot, run-and-gun style offense. But what I'm most interested in is he really believes in his offensive line, and his running back, Andre Williams, who was a Doak Walker Award winner at Boston College, I'll be pretty interested to see him run the football here early.
Quick pass out. Khalil Lewis with the first reception and our first down of the game.
And there's that short passing game that June Jones has been so effective with during the course of his career. And P.J. Walker is a guy that has a live arm. They've been working on his deep ball ability. I'll be interested here early, right? You feel the excitement in the air against this LA defense as they get to the 50-yard line. If they may take a shot here on this first drive, try to get everybody excited.
Gain of 9 to midfield. Walker with time takes the shot. Cam Phillips caught. Touchdown, Renegades.
What a beautiful deep ball. Cam Phillips is a guy they've been raving about in their camps, that he is their best receiver, and they've got a guy named Sammy Coates on this roster as well, who's been in several NFL organizations. But now another major difference, Kurt, is the point after attempt. They have the choice to go for 1, 2, or 3. You can go for 1 from the 2-yard line, go for 2 from the 5, or for 3 from the 10-yard line. And it looks like Houston here is going to line up for a 1-point attempt from the 2-yard line.
P.J. Walker, after hooking up 50 yards to Cam Phillips for the touchdown, will try and add the point after. Draw play goes absolutely nowhere, so they don't tack on the extra point, but that's okay. They come out of the gate less than a minute and a half into the game. A 3-play drive, 1 minute 23 seconds officially, and they have a 6-0 lead. And by the way, this play is dead as soon as they stop them on the conversion, so it doesn't matter whether the ball came out or not.
Some extracurricular there. It's like Ahmad Dixon was tangled up with Sebastian Tretola, but I tell you what, Cam Phillips, he is a speedy player. Saw him play for Virginia Tech in 2017. He was a first-team All-ACC player. He had 71 grabs for nearly 1,000 yards, but they love his ability. And Brock, you're right there with him. Cam ran a great route there.
Yeah, he certainly did. You know, Cam, your coaches were talking about you yesterday. Everybody's Sammy Coates this, Sammy Coates that. I said, no, this Cam kid has had a camp. You got a one-on-one. What did you see?
Just one-on-one. Me and PJ been, working at all camp, and I just gave him a little stutter since he was in off coverage. I knew PJ would give me a chance, and I just made the play.
You have been running that route for months. You finally got to do it in front of 20,000 people. What did that feel like?
Yeah. Oh, it's great out here, man. The energy is electric. The city and town of Houston has, supported us, and, it just feels good to finally be out here playing football.
Right on. And, Joel, you know this. They talked to PJ about working that deep ball. Could not have thrown that one better.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one thing that June Jones said he needed to do better. And sure enough, right out of the gate, he got a chance and delivered a beauty.
Now Kermit Whitfield picks it up on the bounce. And he returns it just shy of the 30-yard line. So we will see if the Wildcats can answer the quick strike by the Roughnecks.
Well, their quarterback is going to be Charles Knopf. And Charles played his college football at Princeton. He originally was signed in the XFL by the New York Guardians on January 5th, but he was traded to LA on January 19th. So, Kurt, he has not had a ton of time or a ton of reps under Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator, and with his teammates here with the Wildcats. He's only had about 5 full practices, so we'll see how much of the offense Norm Chow can use with his quarterback here tonight.
Here we go.
They start at the 29. Knopf under pressure. Gets rid of it and is lucky that wasn't picked off. DeMarcus Gates had it go through his hands, and they stopped the first down play.
Well, this Wildcats offense, they feel confident in their wide receiver core. Nelson Spruce is a guy, you might hear his name quite a bit. He has been in several camps, featured on Hard Knocks with the Rams. They like Elijah Hood, their running back, but Knopf has got to get that ball out. There he goes, Spruce over the middle.
Going to be close to that first down marker, and they're able to kind of go into a hurry-up mode because of two factors here in the XFL. One, as soon as the play is over, an official spots the ball, so they don't have to wait for someone to bring it in from the sideline. And secondly, the offensive coordinator can talk into the helmets of the quarterback, the wide receivers, and the running back, so they don't have to huddle up as often.
That's right. The wide receivers can stay out wide, and that official you were talking about is a designated ball spotting official. That's all he's out there to do, and that's where they're going to try to get a little more tempo out of these teams, and we're seeing it here early.
3rd and less than a yard. First carry of the game.
Well, here's
Elijah Hood. Looks like he got the first down.
He did. He just, that extra lean, Kurt, got that first down, and that's going to be big for the Wildcats because the crowd was into it there. That defense was flying around. Knopf got away with that pass that was almost picked off, and they're going to have to calm down here and find an easy completion like they did on 2nd down.
Little shuffle pass. And then they quickly and Larry Rose, and now it's this Wildcat offense that's trying to mix things up under Norm Chow.
Yeah, and this defense for Houston, on that side, you're going to see some guys that you're going to know their names. Coney Ely, to be exact. He was a guy who had 3 sacks in the Super Bowl with Carolina in Super Bowl 50 against the Denver Broncos. He was a 2nd-round draft pick, and for a myriad of reasons finds himself here on his road in what he hopes to is back to the NFL. You're going to see him a lot today. He's number 94 for Houston.
Wildcats going with 6 linemen. Elijah Wood can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped before he got there by Corey Crawford.
3. Okay. Train left nasty. Warren Sale. Train left nasty. Warren Sale.
Norm Chow, the offensive coordinator, calling the play in. Big 3rd down.
Need to get it to the 49 for the first. Play fake, under pressure. Knopf brings it down, tripped up in the backfield. Before he could get to the line of scrimmage, Keshad Lyons with a big stop.
Well, this is going to be interesting here. It's 4th down, but there is a difference in the touchback rule on punts. If you punt the ball into the end zone, it comes out to the 35. If you punt the ball out of bounds inside the 35, it comes out to the 35. So it's a very penal rule. You're going to see a lot of teams go for it on 4th down. That's what I've expected. That's what we're going to see here. 4th and short, even in minus territory.
So Houston calls the timeout.
This is the first timeout of the half for Houston. 30-second timeout.
For the record, each team has 2 timeouts per half. Obviously, clock stops at 2-minute warning, like normal as well. While they take a timeout, we'll take a brief one too. Stick around. Our Skycam tonight is sponsored by Roman. First 4th down of this football game. Houston trying to get a defensive stop as the Wildcats trying to match what the Roughnecks did on their opening drive. 50-yard touchdown pass on the 3rd play of the game. They didn't get the conversion, but that's how they lead at 6-0 right now, and we'll see what Charles Knopf can do.
You know, the success they had was with Nelson Spruce in the slot, trying to find the middle of that defense. The defensive line for Houston have been very active, winning up front the line of scrimmage, so it might be tough for the Wildcats to run for this.
Movement early, and there's a flag. That helps.
Let's go.
Carl Bradford looked like jump offside.
But did he get back on the defensive side in time? I think that may be where the question is.
He's smart by the tackle to move.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 43. That 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Let's hear this hard count from Charles Knopf. Really nicely executed by Knopf and that offensive line to hold their water. I really like also what Storm Norton, the left tackle, did is as soon as he felt that neutral zone being encroached right there, he came out of his stance to draw the flag right away, and he did not even allow Carl Bradford to get back onto his side of the football. Really well executed
And they
play.
get a free first down out of it. Little end around run. Pitch made to Kermit Whitfield, and Whitfield deep into Roughneck territory.
Nice misdirection there. Got a little spin out from the quarterback. Just toss it back to Whitfield. Very Kansas City Chiefs-esque, you know, when they throw it to some of those speedy guys. Whitfield was signed as an undrafted free agent by the Bears back in 2017. He was waived only 3 days later in Cincinnati in the practice squad in 17 and 18. He went to Florida State. He's a burner, and they got him on the edge there early. Love that play call from Norm Chow. And he has settled his quarterback down and that offensive line down with some of these schemes here early in this game.
19-yard gain. Handoff, Elijah Hood runs into Kashad Lyons. Doesn't pick up much.
Hey, Brock, we were talking in that break about the active defensive line. Love what Norm Chow did. He used that aggressiveness against them with the hard cadence, then a little bit of a reverse.
And I think a real credit, too, to Knopf. Remember, he's been here 2 weeks. And you know, Joel, there's a lot to those play calls with a fly sweep motion. And this isn't just basic 101 football. Credit to the QB, the Princeton kid, for absorbing it all.
Here we go.
Will he ever be something other than the Princeton kid? No. It's like every Harvard player, every Princeton player.
Right.
Elijah Hood. That's right. Short pickup. They carry that label forever, don't they?
Let's see what Norm does here on third down.
No, get the normal 3. Get the normal 3. Closet right. 62 smash. F Poco. 62 smash. F Poco.
Feels like a hard play action. Faking a run action on the right. A smash concept, and then they're going to try to slip that F back out.
Out of the shotgun. Knopf over the middle of the field. Tipped and caught. Nelson Spruce. Inside the 5 after it was deflected by DeMarcus Gates. What concentration by Spruce.
And how about the pocket presence from Knopf? He knows he's going to get hit, and he just hangs in enough to get that ball over the linebacker. Fortunately for him, it's tipped up towards Spruce. Spruce makes the catch. And what a drive here for Knopf and the LA Wildcats. And concentration from Spruce to bring that ball in after it was basically batted in the air.
First and goal from the 5. Looking towards the end zone. Knopf holding on. Keeps it. Diving. Touchdown. Wildcats.
We'll see where they're going. 1, 2, or 3. Winston Moss told us that they're probably going to be going for 1 most of the time. Nice little stutter step and a great block from his running back Elijah Hood, number 34, who turns back out of his route, gets enough of the defender so that Knopf can dive for that pylon.
To go for 2 from the 5-yard line. The ruling of a touchdown was confirmed by the booth.
So replay looked at it, confirmed the touchdown. And Charles Knopf in his first series as quarterback for the Los Angeles Wildcats. And we should mention, Josh Johnson is their normal starter. Johnson bounced around the National Football League, 13 different teams. Many fans know him, but he's got an injured thigh and unable to make the start this week. Charles Knopf gets the duty and leads them to the touchdown on the opening drive.
And they'll go for 2. From the 5, you can choose where you want the ball. They'll put it on the left hash mark.
Here's Knopf rolling. Fires it, and it is caught for the conversion. Jordan Smallwood tacks on 2 more, and Los Angeles has the lead.
Good job.
I love play call. A designed rollout to the right side, and then all Knopf has to do is stay alive and allow his wide receiver the time to get open, and Jordan Smallwood does it. He finds the space. Knopf finds the end zone. Smallwood with the 2-point attempt, and the Wildcats have the early lead here in Houston, 8-6.
Quite a response from the Wildcats right down the field. You said to me coming off the field, did that ball get tipped? You didn't even see it.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I was lucky he broke the way he did. So I was reading him too. So I don't know. All's well, ends well.
What does it feel like to actually take that first hit? Is there almost some sense of relief?
Yeah, bad play to start, but luckily we rebounded.
Yeah, but the team did respond. You go right down the field with a lot of different plays. No problem with the playbook.
It's great. Norm's really good.
All right, keep it up. Stay healthy. Kurt?
Well, they answered. Houston came out, 3 plays at the game, 50-yard touchdown. A little bit more methodical, 11 plays, 71 yards, but they answered and then get the 2-point conversion to take the lead.
So impressed with Knopf on that series, too.
Here's James Butler. Cuts through. Another nice return made by Butler, meaning, once again, good starting field position for the Roughnecks after his 23-yard return.
Let's see what P.J. Walker has dialed up. June Jones, they went for broke right there at the 50 on that first series, and now they've got to reestablish their rhythm. Talked a little bit about Cam Phillips. Also, Sammy Coates, number 10. Sammy Coates is the top of your screen as we come out, and Sammy is a heck of a player. He's a guy trying to get more reps under his belt, and he is in very good shape. They expect big things from him.
Walker goes that way. Broken up, pass intended for Coates, but there to defend it was Harlan Miller.
Love the coverage. Harlan Miller played that one absolutely perfect.
June Jones calls the plays as the head coach as well. Chris Miller, the former quarterback, has the title of offensive coordinator and works with the quarterbacks during the week, but once we're in the game, Jones calls the plays. Walker behind Cam Phillips. No flags on the play. Jalen Dunlap there with him.
Probably should have gotten a flag there. I thought that Phillips ran a great route. And Dunlap, as he's kind of beat, watch this right hand and then pulls on that jersey, and he pulls Cam Phillips away from the ball, gets away from one there. Certainly should have drawn some laundry. And now Houston is faced with a 3rd and long here. Let's see if the Wildcats try to light him up with a little blitz, try to pressure the quarterback, or if they're going to sit back in coverage.
Flags on the play as Williams is swallowed up right away.
Ruling on the field, runners forward progress was stopped prior to the football coming out.
Big Roderick Henderson, number 90 there. All 362 pounds of him. And let's see what the marker's for.
Illegal motions. Offense number 14 was moving forward at the snap. This penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
So nothing went right for Houston on that one.
No, it didn't. And really a couple of really nice throws from from P.J. Walker.
Down the whole way.
That's all we needed, though.
They were 5 down.
Okay. So they don't get the 3rd down conversion. Austin Rico on for the first punt of the afternoon. Kermit Whitfield standing back right about his 30-yard line. Bobbles it. Must punt. Houston says they recovered. And you can see the officials down there in the scrum.
He's got it. He's got it. That was the kicking team, right? First down, Houston. The ruling on the field, ball was first touched by the receiving team and recovered by the kicking team. It's 1st down, Houston.
And there it is. It's official. Edmund Robinson with the recovery. Right off the face mask of Whitfield, and that always spells trouble.
And there is an adjustment to the punt rule. The gunners cannot leave until the kick, nor can anybody else on the punt team. So they got down there very quickly for having to stay at the line of scrimmage until the kick of the football. And Robinson goes down there, and he's able to rip that ball away. What a great job there, and a big break here for the Roughnecks now in plus territory.
Starting at the 38-yard line. Let's see if they take a shot right away. Out of the backfield, Williams cuts it back inside. And Andre Williams out to the 31-yard line. Gain of 7.
Let's go trips left, 80, Z pivot, Z level, X levels, 80, trips left, 80, Z pivot, X levels, trio left.
We can see 3 receivers to the left, top of the screen.
They'll be running levels up there. The Z is the bottom of your screen. He's got the pivot route.
They go the other way. Walker hooking up with Cam Phillips, who's been his favorite receiver so far today, working against Jalen Dunlap, who gave up the touchdown earlier.
Let's see. June lights it up, tries to go up top again.
Okay, let's go. Trips left, 32 Detroit dog. Trips left, 32 Detroit dog.
That sounds like a run play to me. 32 would signify that that's going to go to the right side.
First down from the 26. It is a run play, and it runs nowhere. Although second effort by D'Angelo Henderson still goes nowhere. Big hit by Ahmad Dixon, and he is still down.
Back up.
As are a couple of Wildcats.
Boy, Dixon came flying up there. Trayvon Sanders, 93, was in the backfield, and then Ahmad Dixon from his safety position came screaming up and goes right in on Henderson. Wow, what a collision there.
Good to see Dixon walking off. So many of these players and coaches told us how excited they were to actually be able to hit, because during training camp they weren't able to tackle, they weren't able to hit. This is the first time they'll have live action, and it didn't seem to slow Dixon down at all. Loss of 6 on the first down play. Walker, quick pass, Lewis, and Khalil Lewis out of the 24-yard line.
Really love the block by Blake Jackson, number 17. He's out kind of right in front of Khalil Lewis, who they say is their fastest player. Watch 17, though. He does a great job of getting right in front of the defender, waiting. Ball's caught. Now he gets some contact, and he's able to create space and a little bit of a lane for his teammate, Khalil Lewis, to get up the rail for some yardage.
Play clock down to 3, 2. They get it off towards the end zone. Sammy Coates, the intended receiver. Still no flag. Mike Stevens on the coverage. You can tell everyone with Houston Red on right now is wondering, where's the yellow hanky?
There's 10, Sammy Coates, and he's going to the corner. This ball was a little late and a little underthrown. Certainly some contact, not as egregious as earlier, but Mike Stevens is able to get the pass breakup from North Carolina State. He's a guy that they were really high on in camp, but certainly gets away with contact there before the ball arrives.
Now, every play is reviewable, but pass interference is not reviewable. It does not fall under the jurisdiction of being able to overturn a call or non-call. And so Sergio Castillo will come on. 40-yard field goal attempt. And he hooked it way left.
That's a great stop for that defense. Think about that. It's a sudden change. Remember, this drive started with the muffed punt. The Roughnecks have a short field, and the Wildcat defense was able to go out there for Winston Moss and get a great stop.
Well, while we're busy here with the XFL this Saturday, next Sunday, I know where Joel will be. He'll be in front of his TV because the Daytona 500 will kick off the 2020 NASCAR season next Sunday, February 16th at 2:30 Eastern with a pre-race beginning at 1. Only right here on Fox.
Going to fly back from Seattle. We'll be in Seattle.
Yes, sir. Next week.
Saturday night next week. And going to fly home. And I'll be there for America's race.
You probably can sleep in between, too. I know you'd stay up just to watch it, but
I would.
About 12 hours or 14 hours.
I would, but I can't wait for that. It's always
you
always
got 3 little boys at home. You don't do a lot of sleeping, probably.
We're gonna make some pancakes and watch America's race.
All right, so the Wildcats withstand the turnover in their own territory. And here's Charles Kanoff on the first down. Quick pass. Nelson Spruce one-hands it. Nice grab by the Colorado alum.
Yeah, I've watched Nelson Spruce for a long time, and he has been so productive. He set the Pac-12 record for catches in a career. It's been since broken by Gabe Marks at Washington State. But Spruce was having a great camp with Sean McVay and the LA Rams until he got hurt in that camp when the Hard Knocks was featuring the Rams. And he's trying to find his way back.
2nd and 3. Kanoff, that one caught after being batted around by a big offensive lineman, Patrick Vahi. Corey Crawford, the defender who got a hand on it, but it worked out in favor of the Wildcats.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most exciting day in an offensive lineman's life right there. Look at him. He is on cloud 9. Patrick Vahi from Texas went to the University of Texas, played 45 career games, but he gets a catch in the XFL. And how about the hands he displayed? And he gets right upfield, Kurt, for a first down.
Did you see him trying not to look at the jumbotron to see the replay?
He goes out good.
Here's Elijah Hood. Maybe he needs a lesson from Vahi. He gets stopped in the backfield. Nowhere to go.
Vahi's like, hey, Elijah, it's not that hard. Come on, man. I can get first. I can get first downs. Oh, I love it. That's fantastic.
The XFL, where dreams come true, no matter your size, right?
Oh, that is absolutely right. Nice stop there from the Roughnecks. I'm interested to see what Knopf and Norm Chow have dialed up for this series. They were so creative on that opening series, driving down for a touchdown. See where they go here.
Here comes the blitz. Play fake. Knopf showing some nice mobility. Here's a guy, I guess, for Princeton quarterback, pretty good runner.
Yeah, he's showing a little bit of skills.
Stay, scissors, flop left, 71 stay, scissors.
All right, you're going to have... Anytime I hear something like scissors, I think there's going to be somebody crossing. You know, they need some time here in the pocket. There's going to be somebody crossing and try to get a little bit of a pick play here.
Knopf rolling right. Throws into no man's land. Probably wisely just gets rid of that as Coney Ely was coming hard.
They were trying to get Adonis Jennings, number 18, on that cross. It was like a one inside player. Nelson Spruce was running a corner route. Jennings was running a post, but you need a lot of time in the pocket. Knopf did not have it. He had to escape to his right and ultimately throw the ball away, and the Wildcats will punt.
First punt so far for the Wildcats in this game. Shane Tripucka set to kick it. Sam Mobley back deep. High kick. Fair catch call for it. Mobley makes it inside the 20.
You know, knowing Winston Moss and talking with him, I'm sure he was elated with that defensive stand in the last series. Let's talk to him now. Winston, your defense goes out there, short field, sudden change. You got to be thrilled with the way they played on that last series.
Yes, I was. The defense has definitely picked up its pace. We switched personnel groupings to match them up a little bit better, and so that's definitely helped out. I'm kind of managing both sides right now, and so that's why it's a little tough to talk to me right now. But I'm trying to get these rushers to get after that quarterback. Quarterback has way too much time to throw the ball.
All right, go yell at him.
Oh, yeah, yes, I will. Thank you.
Right. We'll let you manage that. Right now, Houston's back on offense. P.J. Walker. Pass caught underneath. Nick Holley, the wide receiver, and you see him wearing number 33. That's because he came to camp as a running back, but that's kind of been his career.
Yeah.
At Kent State, he was a wide receiver, switched to quarterback, started 10 games, was a running back. He's kind of done it all.
He certainly has, and he's also trying to come back from injury. He's had 3 ACLs. The most recent was 10 months ago, and he is trying to get himself healthy for another shot.
6 yards on first down. They go the other way. That one deflected at the line of scrimmage, intended for Holly, but Latarius Brady got a hand on it.
Yeah, number 99, Latarius Brady, did a great job. If you can't get to the quarterback like your coach wants, get that big paw up there. He's able to do it, and he bats it down. And PJ had his man. It was Hawley that was wide open down there. Probably could have gotten a first down. So a terrific job by Latarius Brady.
And that'll do it for the first quarter in this opening game for the LA Wildcats and Houston Roughnecks. The start of the XFL season. Each team drove down and scored on its opening possession. Who will continue to do it from this point on? Back in Houston, where P.J. Walker is still pumped up. And why not? First drive of the game, he threw a 50-yard touchdown pass. Los Angeles matched that. It's been pretty even throughout the rest of that first quarter. We're ready to start the second quarter here. with the Roughnecks having the ball at the 25-yard line on 3rd and 4.
Yeah, good tempo, Brock. I'm impressed with the tempo both of these offenses have played at, and that's what they want here in the XFL.
Here's Walker. Lofting it. Coates out of bounds. Just only need 1 foot in the XFL, and Sammy Coates couldn't get that in.
Really good coverage by Harlan Miller. Coates did not give his quarterback a lot of room to complete that ball. Kind of runs himself into trouble, but I wonder if, is that right foot down?
Well, he stepped out, I think, with his left foot before he even caught the ball.
That's a good point. That's a great point. Harlan Miller did a great job using the sideline. DB's out there. Use the sideline as an extra defender. Force that wide receiver over there. And it gives the quarterback nowhere to throw the ball.
High kick from Austin Rico. Kermit Whitfield catches this one. Last one bounced off his face mask. He secures it, gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Charles Knopf has been playing well, and let's listen what he's got going on the sideline.
If I point you, can you see me point?
I saw you.
So if I point you, go, because I saw. The guy was way inside, so he didn't have anywhere to go. So I saw it. Oh, yeah.
Brock Knopf has only had 5 practices, and yet it looks like he's been running this offense for years. Very impressed with the way he's been able to run with tempo, make adjustments, and overall just operate here tonight.
Yeah, you just talked about that. That pace is not bothering these guys at all. And I think, remember, most of these guys are in their mid-20s. They're used to this pacing in college football. This is not, with this play clock, a challenge at all.
Draw play on 1st down. Elijah Hood tries to bounce it outside. Picks up a couple of yards before DeMarcus Gates stopped him. Give him 3 yards.
I'm interested on this series if we're going to see the Wildcats continue to try to exploit those slot players. I've felt so far like that's where they're best, is when they're finding spruce, when they're getting their quarterback rolled out, and then they're finding the flat in that respect. But overall, just middle of the field, finding the slant route just behind the linebackers.
Knopf throws that one to Spruce, tries to stiff arm his way to that 1st down marker. Jane Harris with the tackle. Did he get it? Had to get right to the 50. He did that and a little bit more for the 1st down.
Here we go. Jet pony. Jet pony. Split right. 70 Hank. Split right. 70 Hank.
Jet pony is the personnel group. They're going to motion out, I believe, on the Hank concept.
Here's Knopf. Runs out of time. Hit. Ball still alive. And it looks like Houston recovered. Kalen Burnett, the linebacker, comes in, gets the hit and the recovery.
Well, we're going to have to see if Knopf's arm was coming forward here. That was very awkward because it looked like he was trying to get rid of the ball. Watch as Knopf starts stepping up in the pocket. And right about here, it looks like he wants to throw the ball, and he kind of shoves it forward. It looks like that is moving forward and releasing. Kurt's shirt, to me, looks like that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, once again, all plays are reviewed by the replay booth. And you can see this looks like it. I agree with you. I think it's a forward pass and not a fumble. But
well, now you got to see, did it actually hit the ground? Because it could be a pass and then just picked off. And I don't think it did hit the ground. A lot going on there. There was a lot of moving parts there. To me, it looked like the ball just kind of came out, and then there was a scrum for it on the ground. But
I would have had the flat, but it just took way too long. So I was waiting. And I was trying to throw it to the back to get out. I felt it. Yeah, I was just surprised. We said we weren't going to call it.
So he caught it in the air without it hitting the ground.
It got batted right into it.
But you got him catching it in the air?
I didn't know they confirmed it.
That's okay. I'm just telling you they confirmed it. All right.
There's our referee, Brandon Cruz.
Ruling on the field has been confirmed by the booth. It's 1st down, Houston.
Yeah, boy, I did not notice. I was just looking whether that was going to be incomplete or whether that was going to be ruled a fumble, but the ball never hits the ground. This is the best angle. Terrific angle by our camera guys. And he didn't even know it.
And
you can sitting in his lap.
You can hear the refs telling Moss that was the case. It was James Butler after the turnover on first down. So it goes down as an interception for Kalen Burnett. June Jones' offense is back at work. You think he knows whether he got an interception or a fumble recovery? Do you think he can?
I'm sure, right? I mean, but again, it didn't even. Don't even think he realized that ball was sitting in his legs until he started to get up and it was there.
Almost picked off, and there was no one in front of Harlan Miller had he gotten that one intended for Sammy Coates.
Well, let's go and check out what June Jones has here on a third down.
Okay, let's go. Trips left, 80, C pivot, H levels. Trips left, 80, Z pivot, H levels.
All right, the pivot is going to be to the single receiver side. That's going to be up top here. It looks like that's going to revert. It used to be a hitch earlier in the game. I expect him to go on the go route now.
No flags on the play. Cam Phillips locked up with Jalen Dunlap. And it will fall incomplete and bring up fourth down.
And sometimes what you have, in every offense I ever played in, Brock, I don't know how it was for you, but a hitch route would convert against bump coverage.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised after that initial touchdown on the go route. These corners have continued to play aggressive. Right, they have been sitting, Joel, and jumping on these routes. Usually you hit an uppercut early, they back off. That's not been the case.
And Houston's going for it on 4th and 6. Leading the 35. All kinds of time for Walker. Finds his man, but Sammy Coates can't hold on. Another big hit from Ahmad Dixon.
What a great play from Ahmad Dixon. He was the single safety over there. Coates ran a great route. P.J. Walker, a terrific ball, but here comes Ahmad Dixon to knock it out of his hands. And the safety from Baylor getting it done, laying the wood here in Houston.
So Charles Knopf and the Wildcats taking the field 8-6. They hold the lead right now. And one of the cool things about the XFL is each team has its own branded ball. The team logo, team name on it. And if you take a look at the end of the ball, you're a quarterback here, Joel. It's got its own team logo, or team colors, rather.
Yeah.
You think, does that help your receivers catch the ball easier?
I mean, I hope. And if it helps them in theory, then do it. Because it was one of those, right? You take a sugar pill, it takes your headache away.
Whatever it takes, right? Whatever you believe. Here's Knopf. Nelson Spruce catches that one easily out across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Nice pickup on first down there of 18 yards.
I love their ability to work the middle of the field. Watches Spruce. He's going to be over that linebacker, and now he comes back across the field. Excellent throw, excellent timing from Knopf. Spruce clearly understands the timing and spacing of this offense.
Knopf has 7 completions, 5 to Spruce. Handoff. That's Elijah Hood. Gain of 5 on the play.
I like the rhythm that Norm Chow has with this offense right now, and I keep going back to the fact that Knopf has only had 5 practices, and he feels very comfortable right now. It seems like he's very comfortable with everything going on, so it's going to be up to the Roughnecks now to adjust. It's going to be hard to do that because Norm Chow has done everything to them. He's hit them with a little run game, a little pass game, and he's gotten the quarterback out of the pocket as well.
Over the middle, Spruce down on one knee, down to the 21-yard line. First down, Wildcats.
Spruce again, Norm Chow loving number 11.
15 on that play.
Stowe Rachel. Move to dual right, 62. Stowe Rachel.
Move is the movement, dual right is the formation. 62 Stove Rachel is the concept.
Go,
There's the movement. Now they're in dual right.
Here we go. Ready? Go.
Pass left. Kermit Whitfield can't quite stay in bounds. You know what also is interesting to me is early on in the game, we saw this Houston defensive front I won't say dominating, but having their way with the offensive line of Los Angeles, and they've been able to settle down since then.
It feels like the Roughnecks defensive line has gotten a bit tired, and they've gotten the ball out quickly. They've used some of that misdirection. I really like the game plan as well as that offensive line settling down a little bit.
Here's Kanoff to Whitfield again, and this time out right at that first down marker.
You know what I love about that? We didn't hear the play call, but that was the exact same play call as he just used. As a play caller, if you're a young play caller out there, don't get bored. If it's not being stopped, you don't have to go away from it. Norm Chow uses some experience. Here's the same formation. This is dual right. Let's see if they go right back to that flat.
And they did get the first down. They go to the end zone. Caught. Did he stay in bounds? Touchdown. Jordan Smallwood.
A call again. Watch this. They're going to have the out route right here and then the go route on the outside. The quarterback reads the corner. The corner sits on number 10 who's coming out. Smallwood slides behind him, and then he's there for the touchdown. 3 straight plays, Kurt. They run the exact same concept, and they're leaning on their quarterback to make the correct read, and he did it. Kanoff did it beautifully. Hit the flat route twice in a row. Then he goes up to the fade for the touchdown to Jordan Smallwood.
And the former Oklahoma receiver extends the lead for the Wildcats.
Looking to confirm that. Certainly our view up here, that was a catch.
He was juggling it, but keep in mind, in the XFL, all you have to do is get 1 foot down, and it looked clear that he did that. So they'll go for 2 from the 5-yard line. End zone. Caught. Not good. Saeed Blacknall too deep in the end zone. Couldn't get in.
Good coverage right there, and he was not able to get that foot down. Hauled it in. Couldn't get the foot down. Huff, the safety, knocks him out.
But it's been 14 unanswered for the Wildcats.
14-6 Wildcats, largely due to this guy. By the way, the Buffalo up in the booth is enjoying what the Buffalo on the field is doing. What are you seeing out there right now?
You know, we didn't really know what to expect being the first week. We don't have any tape. So we kind of just wanted to come out and execute our stuff. You know, we've been able to move the ball except for the few mistakes that we made. So just got to continue executing.
I call you a quarterback-friendly receiver. You just seem to find the spots that the quarterback is looking for. You and Charles connecting, what, 2 weeks of practice? Why and how?
Yeah, like you said, we haven't had much time to get on the same page, but he's a really smart player, and, you know, I kind of think that's one of my strengths. So we kind of got on the same page early. I found a few connections here early in the game.
How are the legs?
Feel good. You know, it's always that first game, that adrenaline's going, you kind of like get that little shock that first drive, but I feel good now. I feel settled in, ready to keep going.
Kurt Joel.
All right, thanks a lot. Legs will feel good when you've got a lead. Here's James Butler.
I want to go back to those 3 plays in a row. Norm Chow goes to him. Here's the 3 plays. Whitfield, he's out in the flat. You read the flat defender. This time the corner. Run the same concept. Fade with a little flat route underneath. Now run the same concept. Now guess what happens? Corner sits down. Throw the fade behind him. That's just so good. That's so good. It reminds me of what the Patriots did to the Rams in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. And they ran that exact same play, ultimately ending up in Gronk's hands in the end zone, basically winning that Super Bowl 53. That's just a beautiful job by Norm Chow.
Here's Khalil Lewis with the reception. You know, I think you talk to coaches, and you go back to even the NFC Championship game, and Kyle Shanahan was asked, you know, why do you keep running the ball? He goes, well, they're not stopping.
They're not saying, yeah.
So as long as the defense doesn't stop it, it does make sense. You're right. So many coaches go, I got to do something different.
Yes. And they feel like they have to legitimize their Tuesday night, you know, film work and making this big call sheet. But the good ones will always tell you the key to being a great play caller, defensively or offensively, don't get bored.
Here's Walker bringing it down and still keeping his eyes downfield. Sammy Coates makes it pay off. first catch of the game for the former third-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
How about that play? That was gorgeous. It looked like P.J. Walker had a bunch of room to run, but he finds his wide receiver, gets his body turned the correct way, dumps it over the top, beautiful touch pass, and Coates is finally able to haul one in, makes the tough catch there, and the Roughnecks now across the 50-yard line.
24-yard gain to the 45. Good job there at the line of scrimmage. The defensive front, Sean Oakman swatting that one away. Big 6'9" defensive lineman.
Yeah, Sean Oakman had a tumultuous time getting to this point. He was a potential first-round pick, went undrafted and unsigned after a sexual assault allegation. He was found not guilty last February in 2019. Largely one of the reasons why he finds himself here is all of that tumult off of the field. And here he is in the XFL.
Trying to get back again. Walker going deep. Down the sideline, Cam Phillips, the intended receiver. Flags fly. Working on Jalen Dunlap again. That's who they threw the 50-yard touchdown pass, and we've seen them matched up with Phillips, and they go after him time and time again.
Defense, number 20. Ball be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Clearly on that one.
Yeah, and Dunlap got away with one earlier, remember, on that little back shoulder fade there. Clearly arrives early, and it's all taking place right at the line of scrimmage. He's losing at the line of scrimmage. Great releases by Cam Phillips. He's getting his leverage right away, stacking the defender, and all that Dunlap can do is chase and use his hands.
That winds up being a 24-yard penalty. Walker under pressure, dumps it off. Butler out of the backfield. Down the sideline, into the end zone. Touchdown, Roughnecks. A little Houston hop.
Beautiful patience from Walker. He knew they were trying to set up the screen, and yet he was getting pressure from that left side. That was Anthony Johnson who was right in his face. Walker just kept retreating, and then ultimately, here's that pressure that you're going to get. Walker just retreats, and then he's able to dump that ball over the top. He gets the screen set up, and ultimately the Roughnecks are in the end zone.
Walker fired up. They're lining up for a two-point conversion. Off the hands of Blake Jackson. And he was wide open. And so it remains a two-point game. Los Angeles holding on to the lead midway through this second quarter in the XFL opener.
I mean, he makes the read there perfectly. He does a great job. June Jones calls the perfect play for that conversion, and the attempt fails because Walker did not put the ball out in front. Missed opportunity to tie that ball game up, and the Wildcats still have that two-point lead, but good answers from both teams here. Brock, I'm very impressed by these quarterbacks, their ability to get hit a couple of times. Have you seen some series not go so well, but they bounced back right away, gotten within the rhythm of their offense, and driven their team down the field.
Yeah, I think you know, Joel, some of the hardest part of playing the position, especially the first game, is seeing the field. And I feel like both of these guys, and you can see it with how quickly the ball is coming out of their hands, and that's a credit to these systems. I mean, Norm Chow and June Jones have been doing this for, what, about 70 years combined. They know how to coach the position, and these guys are being really decisive with where they want to go with the football.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It was interesting talking with P.J. Walker. He was talking about, you know, the fact that in this offense, there's a little more artistry that has to take place. It's not as structured of an offense as Anthony Johnson has to run on the field here late. But Walker was telling us that he really loves this offense with June Jones because there's some freedom in it, and he can let his artistic nature take over a little bit.
Here's Kermit Whitfield. No artistry on that one as he gets shut down right away. Oh, you talk about art, we'll talk about the sweet science, because the most anticipated title fight in years Undefeated heavyweight champ Deontay Wilder takes his 29-0 record against Tyson Fury in a rematch the sports world has been waiting for. That's Saturday, February 22nd. Buy it on pay-per-view or the Fox Sports app. Their last fight was, well, that's the reason they're fighting again.
Yeah,
people couldn't believe it. It wound up being a draw, controversial finish, but both guys still undefeated coming into this one. Should be good.
Can't wait for that one. I know Wilder was making his rounds down in Miami last week as you see the rushing yards.
He's been everywhere.
He has been. LA dominating on the ground so far, but the Roughnecks have been able to connect through the air.
Here's the handoff to Elijah Wood. Leapfrogs in the air. Woo! Right over Jeremiah Johnson. Take another look.
I love the athleticism of Elijah Hood, the North Carolina product. He was in the preseason camp this last year with Jacksonville. He was on injured reserve with Carolina in 2018, formerly a 7th-round pick by Oakland in 2017. This guy is a very good running back.
Goes the other way this time, a little more traditional. Bounces off a tackle and fights his way for a couple of yards. Let's go back to the replay of him jumping over Jeremiah Johnson, because I want you to keep your eye on the sideline. Brock Heward. He was impressed.
That's amazing. Brock, your reaction is priceless on the side.
You don't understand how fast that happens. I mentioned you guys a bunch during the breaks, the speed of these guys, and then that athleticism. I'm guessing I didn't look athletic. I'm not seeing myself. But I know myself, and I'm sure I didn't look anything like that.
Oh, I'm going to have to see that again.
Los Angeles calls the timeout.
I got Tiger Romer on the field.
Yeah, he had a whoa look.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Let's go. One more time. All right, in the background here. Okay, there's the hurdle. And then all of a sudden, right now, Brock is saying, oh. And his field producer, Johnny's stone cold. He's just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
younger guy. He's not as excited as you are.
That is one funny looking face right there.
Hey, but you own it, right? True, you own it.
Hey, man, can you imagine what our bodies would feel like if we tried to hurdle over somebody?
I know what your body's feeling like after your workout this morning, Joel, so no.
It's working now? All right. I think in that case, what we would do, I'll talk to the league about it, and then they'll handle it, get it back up, and we'll just keep everybody in communication, all right?
We're only guessing here, but it seems like there may have been a problem with the headset that Winston Moss, during the timeout, that he was trying to explain to the officiating crew.
Well, they're figuring that out. Brock, you're with Elijah Hood right now. What's he say about that hurdle?
Talk to me about that decision to hurdle.
Hey, they going low. I noticed a pattern. I got to adjust. So, you know, they go low, I go high.
They go low, he goes high. There you go.
It worked on that one. It's perfect. First down for the Wildcats. With Hood out, Rose is in. Larry Rose out to the 45-yard line.
Gosh, the unsung things of a play right here. Watch 82, Brandon Barnes. Brandon Barnes, the tight end, he's going to come out, and Barnes is out here. Watch him seal the second level. He's going to work up to the second level. Watch this block. He gets contacted, and then he keeps his butt turned towards the outside, and that's right where the running back creases it to gain positive yards.
Here's Rose again. More room outside. Through the arm tackle of Jeremiah Johnson and into a first down.
They really like Larry Rose. Now, when I was talking with Norm before the game, he said he really liked Rose's ability to catch the ball, but he said he's also a really good running back. But watch for him at some moment tonight to motion out of the backfield and line up as a wide receiver. He really likes his explosiveness, his quickness, and his ability to catch it.
49er! Here we go, ready!
First down at midfield. Knopf running out of time, brought down and sacked. Coney Ely was the first guy there. They got some help from Kashad Lyons and Corey Crawford.
Well, first he's going to go up the field, and he's going to go back in. And this strong move right there, up the field. Now he's going to push the tackle by him. That's Jalen Robinson, and work back to the inside. He's a terrific pass rusher. He really is a talented player, and he's been through a myriad of issues, both personally and with his family, and he finds himself here in the XFL working back to a place where he knows he can play at the next level.
Remember, this guy was a second-round draft pick of the Carolina Panthers. Knopf. Oh, he's got a man. Down the sideline, Saeed Blacknall had gotten free, but they couldn't make the connection.
It's almost like that was some sort of a read route. Blacknall is just running to go, and it looked, I don't know what Knopf was doing. Maybe he knew he was about to get hit. He certainly was. Had to get rid of it quickly. That was Johnny Maxey in on the pressure, number 90.
Yeah, but that was a misfire. Missed opportunity. Now confusion on defense for the Roughnecks. They call a timeout.
Second and final timeout of the half for Houston. 30-second timeout.
Knopf looks frustrated.
He's talking with Blacknall. I think he was expecting something different. Winston's doing a great job. Just telling him, hey, relax. Let's move on.
I gave it. You don't get a call from the sideline. I did though, and he ran the wrong route. So that's like he's got a wrist. I called the play. I'm not hearing anything. Is he saying anything? What's the play?
Knopf not happy. He's wondering what is happening on the outside. And remember, you heard him talking earlier in the game. We had that audio of him talking with Blacknall about hand signals at the line of scrimmage, what he's expecting the route to be. Knopf, I'm sure, was expecting him to drop out of that route, some sort of a comeback or a stop route down the field. And you can see there's a lot of confusion right now and a lot of emotion from Knopf because he can't hear the play in his helmet. Getting a bit frustrated with his wide receivers. We'll see if he can calm down here on a third down. I'd heat him up. If I was the Roughnecks here, I would send some pressure.
On 3rd and 12. Knopf steps up, throw a little bit behind Jordan Smallwood. Has to leave his feet so he won't get the first down.
Yeah, but you know what that does?
Down
I was going to say, what it does is it gets you into a go-for-it situation on 4th down here across the 50-yard line rather than, for sure, a punt on 4th and long. And now the Wildcats are in much better field position, and they only need, what, about 6, maybe a long 6-7 yards here to try to move the chains.
They need to get it right at the 40-yard line.
Don't you think they need to go back to Spruce? You know, he's been so good for them in the slot.
He's there now. Knopf looking that way. Throws to your guy. First down, Wildcats.
When you need a play, you got to go to the guy who has been most consistent during the course of the game. And they have no history, remember? So the history is only as long as this game. They go to Nelson Spruce. You can clearly see a relationship here being developed, some trust being developed between Knopf and Nelson Spruce. And he goes up there, plucks it out of the air for a first down.
10 yards on the reception. Here's Knopf. Has time. Looking for Smallwood. There's a flag on the play as well. Savion Smith on the coverage. Former University of Alabama cornerback.
Looks like he's wanting another adjustment out there he's not getting, and there's a lot of contact down the field as Smith knocks him all the way out of bounds.
Pass, illegal contact. Defense, number 20. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
There's certainly a lot of contact there.
They called it on Marquestin Huff instead. Illegal contact. Should be 5 yards, but an automatic first down. So now we get inside 3 minutes. Once the clock hits 2 minutes, the timing rules change just a little bit. We'll explain it to you once we get there.
Yeah, and it's basically like a comeback period. It's going to resemble college football, but even take the clock stoppages that college has and take them a step further. And we'll get to that in about 50 seconds.
Wide open. Whitfield. Another good throw by Knopf.
And again, they're working that middle of the field. They've had a lot of success with their slot receivers, whether it's been Whitfield or Nelson Spruce. They go right back to him. He gets himself over the linebacker, and Knopf has a great feel for that route.
20 yards on the play. Larry Rose inside the 10. Helmet popped off, but he held on to the football. I guess it wasn't Rose's helmet. It was DeMarcus Gates of the Roughnecks lost his helmet.
Another good series here from the Wildcats. And I think they're going to take it down to the 2-minute warning and go talk about it a little bit. Nice series here for Knopf and his teammates.
Nice series, good game so far. It's a 2-point difference as we approach the 2-minute warning.
In a position to go. In a position to win.
The Los Angeles Wildcats trying to extend their lead in this opening Saturday of the XFL season. Tomorrow, this inaugural weekend continues. Tampa, the Vipers kick off their season against the New York Guardians. 2 o'clock Eastern time on Fox, and then the action moves over to ESPN, where the Dallas Renegades will host the St. Louis Battlehawks at 5. It's the opening weekend of the opening season of the XFL on Fox and ESPN. Ball's at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal for the Wildcats. Houston scored on the first drive of the game. LA answered, and each team has added 1 more touchdown since. Wildcats trying to add a 3rd. Reverse. Whitfield gets sniffed out. Tony Ely in the backfield, dropping him for a loss.
That's a great job by Ely, staying patient. Watch as Ely, he's going to look like he's going to chase across the field, but right here he says, nope, I'm not going anywhere. I've got contain on that left side, and he perfectly executes that play, brings him down in the backfield, and now this is not a good situation for LA. Charles Knopf cannot put the ball in harm's way here, and you don't want to take a sack, and he's going to call a timeout.
Play clock expiring. Los Angeles calls the 2nd and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, he got it just before the play clock hit 0, and this is where that 25-second play clock comes into play. When you're hurried, when things go bad, when you're down deep in your own territory, and it's chaos.
That's right, and it's tough to manage both from a play caller as well as a quarterback. But what I was talking about there is you take a sack here, and now all of a sudden you're going to be trying a 45-yard field goal, 47, maybe even longer, and you don't want to just force the football because it's 3rd down and turn it over. So Knopf here has got to be smart. And this is a time when, as a play caller, if you feel like your quarterback is maybe revved up a little bit too much, and we've seen some emotion on this series, may even be time to just hand the football off and play for that field goal attempt.
And that can be the beauty of a league like this. I mean, you get young guys who haven't played in a while. They haven't been under live fire in a situation like this where they have to find a way to calm their nerves. And now this gives them a chance to find out how to do it.
And Brock, as you know, as a quarterback, you can get yourself too hyped up, and I feel like Knopf is fighting that edge right now.
He's right on that line. Play fast, but never in a hurry. And that's not just decision-making, that's body language as well.
He needs to get them back in the huddle because they've just revealed their formation.
Lane Sharp Ryan smiling already. The defensive lineman for the Roughnecks. Here we go.
Looks like man coverage.
Knopf looking left. Smallwood. That one floated out there and too much air underneath it. Cody Brown took advantage and broke it up.
Boy, that is a dangerous ball because watch as the safety. He's going outside the entire time, and then he comes like a missile, leads with the shoulder, right on time. That is perfectly done from the safety, and he knocks that one out. Cody Brown, excellent play. He's from Arkansas State, but if you're going to throw that ball as a quarterback against cover 2, which means 2 high safeties, that ball has got to be driven into that hole. They call it the hole shot, past the corner in front of the safety. You cannot put air on that ball, or else you invite the safety time to come and make that hit.
So after some debate,
I believe they're reviewing whether that was a legal hit or not. And here's Cody Brown. Watch as he's going to lead with his shoulder on the side. To me, that's legal.
It really should be a hit on defenseless receiver 25 defense.
Okay, so we'll go half the distance to the goal from the previous spot.
Yeah,
and
let's
it'll
go.
be an automatic first down.
Hold on.
Okay.
Where's? Okay, hold on. Hey, Brandon.
Yes.
We're just talking about the launch and the attack. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Show. Thank you. Just give me one more second, Brandon. All right. Hey, Brandon, although there was contact with the helmet, there wasn't the launch or there wasn't a launch, so we're good. We're going to stay with the ruling on the field. It was not the crown.
Okay, so since there was no crown of the helmet involved, we're saying it's not a foul.
Correct.
Okay,
the hit on the receiver was legal.
Was legal. Okay.
Thank you.
That's the replay official, Mark Butterworth, talking with our referee, Brandon Cruz. And you hear that communication, how they kept looking at it until they got it right.
That's right. And it looked like, it sounded like they wanted initially to maybe make that an illegal hit. It was not, folks. That was picture perfect. And Dean Blandino is with us. He is the head of the XFL officiating. He's with us back in LA. Dean, I thought they executed that perfectly because that was to the side, shoulder first, exactly what the safety should do.
Exactly, led with the shoulder, and they were looking at it. And again, the replay official can provide input on a player safety issue, call or no call. They talked through it, they communicated, and made the right call.
And Nick Novak, the longtime NFL kicker, gets a 35-yarder, and the lead is now 5.
Dean, appreciate you, bud. We'll be back with you the rest of the game.
1 minute, 26 seconds left to go here in this first half. And it's been a good ball game so far. We've seen good plays on both the offenses and some big hits on these defenses as well.
The safeties in particular. You know, we saw Cody Brown there with a terrific hit in the end zone, Ahmad Dixon. And now we enter this 2-minute time, now with 1:26. Here's what happens, folks, for the clock rules. And this is exciting as a former quarterback, because these quarterbacks are going to have a chance to snap the football a lot more in this time of the game. The game clock will stop after every play, whether it's incomplete, out of bounds, a run play for 3 yards, a pass play for 12 yards. The game clock is going to stop. Now, on plays where the clock would normally run, like a run for 3 yards in the middle of the field, what's going to happen is the ball will be spotted, and then 5 seconds will roll off of the play clock from 25 down to 20. At that point, the game clock will start. So you're going to get a lot more snaps. You're not going to get teams that can just kneel on the football for a minute 45 at the end of the game. Is going to provide more exciting football at the most exciting time.
That's an exciting play because that was a live football. James Butler scooped it up, trying to take it to the house. He doesn't get there, but he's into Wildcat territory. The mistake turning into the big return.
I mean, how lucky can you be? This ball bounces not only right back to him, but forward. So it's just got a rolling. He's chasing after it. It pops up off of this brand new turf. This is the first game ever being played on this surface. They just redid it at the University of Houston. It pops up right to him. That's incredible. Curdy never broke stride, and bam, he hits it up the field.
Scoops it on the run. Down to the 39 of Los Angeles. 40 yards on the return. P.J. Walker under pressure. Blitz picked up. Oh, he's going towards the end zone. He's got Mobley. Broken up. Harlan Miller sniffed that one out. What a play.
That ball hung in the air for what felt like an eternity. And Mobley had a step, but the ball wasn't far enough in front of him, and there's Miller at the last second. He reaches out. Miller played his college football at Southeast Louisiana. 9 career games with the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins in 16 and 18. He's down and shaken up, but now he's up.
Boy, on back-to-back possessions, we've seen each quarterback have a guy in the end zone put a little too much air underneath it, and the defense take advantage.
And that one, Kurt, he can throw it like a punt, honestly, but it's got to just be way out in front of him, bring him all the way across the field. What happened there is Mobley had to slow down just a bit, and that just a bit allowed Harlan Miller to close on the football and bat it down.
All right, so Miller goes to the sideline. Jerome Copeland comes in. Wearing number 22. We'll see if they go after him. A minute 10. pocket is Walker. Wide open is Mobley again. This time they connect. Touchdown, Roughnecks. On the touchdown.
And as Walker breaks out of the pocket, watch as he gets out to the left. He's got a scoop under the rush, and then right here he gets out to the left. He locates his wide receiver because Roman Tatum had to make a choice. Do I need to come up for the mobile quarterback and leave my receiver or stay deep? He decided he was going to come try to defend P.J. Walker, and Walker astutely delivers it over the top to Sam Mobley.
39 yards on that score. They line up to go for 2. Houston retakes the lead. Lofting it, and it's picked off, and that'll end it. So they don't get the 2-point conversion, but for the first time since the opening drive of the game, the Houston Roughnecks are in front. 18-17, just over a minute left.
And wouldn't you know it, a play after he has the shot on the scramble that is incomplete, he's able to get it to the left. Brock, he had to know what he had there in front of him.
Well, Joel, you talked about that being an artist, and you talked to us yesterday about that. You painted a pretty good picture on that touchdown. What did you say?
They playing soft on our receivers, and our receivers getting behind them. I'm just trying to create plays and make it for the offense.
Talk to me about that line that you walk between scrambling and running and scrambling and throwing it.
If I see him open, I'm gonna throw it, and if I don't see him open, I'm gonna run it every time.
See, that's a decision, Joel, we never had to make.
That's right.
Got to have that ability to do it, right?
That's right. That's right. That was, I mean, that was beautiful, and I got to tell you, that's not an easy throw. He drove that ball way down the field, running to his left. Got to flip that front shoulder all the way around and make sure that you can get that ball all the way back in order to get the power behind it to get that completion down the field. That was beautiful.
So here's the kickoff. Now it goes out of bounds. And in the XFL, if the kickoff goes out of bounds, it's placed at the kicking team's 45-yard line.
This kickoff out of bounds. By rule, the penalty places the ball 15 yards from where the ball was kicked. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So the Wildcats will get this in Houston territory.
That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. June has got to be so upset. Sergio Castillo played at West Texas A&M, kicked it out of bounds, and again, the ball doesn't just come out a little ways, it comes all the way into plus territory. What a break here for the Wildcats.
It's like he shanked that one from the beginning. It didn't hit the middle of the field and bounce over there. It was going left from the start. So June Jones obviously frustrated after that big score. Now he needs his defense to come through. Knopf, middle of the field, tip, caught by the tight end, Brandon Barnes. DeMarcus Gates got a hand on it. Good concentration by Barnes.
Second time tonight we've seen DeMarcus Gates get his hand on the football and it bounced right to an LA Wildcat. This time Barnes right down the middle, great concentration, and he's able to hold that pass in. What a huge play there, and Knopf getting lucky once again.
27-yard gain. Underneath, through the hands of Spruce, incomplete.
Roughnecks are trying to change up the coverage a little bit because they've been so effective against the zone in the middle of the field. What you've seen now is the defensive coordinator, Ted Cottrell, start trying to go to some man coverage. And there's Ted, and he didn't want to play a lot of man. Felt like his strength was going to be in zone coverage with his secondary, but he's had to mix it up because of the success the Wildcats have had.
Here's Knopf. Whitfield threw it before he got turned around, and Whitfield couldn't find it. Some of you, that's Adonis Jennings.
Yeah, but Kurt, sometimes you feel the rush. You feel like you got to get that ball out here on third down. Interested to see where they decide to go.
All right, on third down, obviously they can pick up a first down here if they can get it to the 8-yard line. zips that one. And it is caught by Spruce. He's going to be a couple yards short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down.
And lots of time, in particular with these clock rules. So the clock is stopped. They'll spot the ball. Now the clock is going to start right now as the play clock hits 20. And
looks like they're sending out the kicking unit. Nick Novak kicked for 11 years in the NFL, 6 different teams, 82% career field goal kicker. Now you see the play clock down 1-0, and they didn't get it off in time. Remember, they had to use those timeouts earlier, and there's only 2 in each half in the XFL. So this field goal attempt to be just a little bit longer for Novak.
You know, normally you see in these first games, remember, this is the first game for everybody, the coaching staff, the players, everybody. You see mistakes like that a little more often. I've actually been impressed with the cleanliness of this game. You know, there haven't been a ton of mistakes.
Well, remember, Fox Bet said the over-under on this game was 50.5 points. We're past half of that. We'll get close to halftime.
On the offense, clock was running when the foul occurred by rule. Penalty includes a 10-second runoff. The clock will be set to 1 second and will start on my signal.
And you hear the explanation. So there's still 1 second left in time to get this 34-yard field goal attempt off.
But they've got to snap it right when the official blows the clock, ready to play. He's got to be ready right now. Oh,
they didn't do it.
Mismanagement.
Wow. And so back-to-back mistakes at the end of the first half cost Winston Moss and his Los Angeles Wildcats an opportunity to take the lead instead. The hometown Houston Roughnecks will go in the locker room up 18-17 here at the half. Faster halftime here as well. They'll set the clocks for 10 minutes. We'll let each team go inside the locker room right after Brock Hewitt talks with one of the Wildcats.
Well, not just one of the Wildcats, the landlord. What did we see in that first half?
Saw a lot of short, quick passes from the Houston offense, trying to get the ball out their hands quick and fast, trying not to get us started up front. We just got to keep rallying to the ball, keep playing physical, and keep stopping the run.
Feels like the big play. It's been their offense making the big play. How do you slow that down?
Honestly, like I said, just keep putting our hands on it, playing physical on the outside. We got to find a way to get to the quarterback, man. Those short, choppy passes just trying to keep us off timing. So, like I said, we just got to keep trying to get there and get them off the track.
Kind of nice to hit somebody else.
Most definitely. I'm trying to knock somebody out, man. I got to, man. I'm getting there. They're trying to do something. They're zoning away from it, running away from it, but I'm going to make myself seen.
Good luck.
Well, Anthony Johnson's going to have another half to do just that. 18-17. It's been a good first half, despite what happened right there at the end. We'll come back with more highlights and analysis and get you all set for the second half. Don't go anywhere. There's another half of football in this XFL opening. The progressive game flow. P.J. Walker, quarterback for the Houston Roughnecks, 3 first-half touchdown passes. One was set up by a beautiful connection with Sammy Coates, who's standing by with Brock Hewitt before the second-half kickoff.
Sammy, you told us yesterday that some of these last couple of years have beat you up physically and mentally, but you're healthy now, and you just wanted to release it and play. What the first 30 minutes feel like?
I feel like I left a lot on the field. You know, I got a lot more to show. I just got to finish a lot more plays than I did the first half, but it's coming, you know, the first game.
Is it just playing through some of that contact? You haven't been hit, right? It hasn't been live. Is it playing through that contact?
Yeah, one of the balls I had, and I let him hit it out because, you know, we haven't really been tackling, but that's not an excuse. I got to finish those plays. I'm a better player than that, but it's coming along good right now.
What adjustments for this second half? What was made at halftime?
I mean, just go out there and play our game and stop beating ourselves. We've been beating ourselves that first half, you know, missed a couple plays. We just got to finish the plays we got on the field.
Appreciate it. Kurt?
All right, thanks a lot, Brock. You know, you take a look at this, Joel, everybody's here for a reason.
Yeah.
And for Sammy Coates, we talked about being a third-round pick of the Pittsburgh Steelers and played okay his rookie year, but after that, just battled injuries, knee injuries, hand injuries, broken bones. And for him, this is the opportunity to show that he can physically stay healthy and withstand the pounding.
Yeah, and also, you know, prove that he can play strong through the contact point and make those contested catches. You know, we've already seen that kind of play out here today already, but you're exactly right. Every single one of these guys has a story of why they are here, and all of them are trying to take advantage of this, whether it's a second, third, fourth, fifth opportunity to try to continue their football career. And that's why I love this league. These guys are out here for the love of football. You can feel it when you're around them. You can feel it from the coaching staffs. And we've seen some really quality execution so far tonight. I've been really impressed with these quarterbacks, some of the playmaking at wide receiver, and the hard hitting from the defenses. They have been flying around as well.
Yeah, you talk about putting these teams together. I mean, 5 weeks ago, none of these teams, these guys didn't know one another.
Exactly.
You know, they came together here in Houston, had a training camp. All 8 teams were centered right here in Houston for the month of January for their camp, and that's really when you got to know your teammates and put your offense and defense installed in and learn the coaching staff and everything.
Yeah.
So it's really impressive.
And you know what happens is you focus so much on just getting onto the field, base offense and so much and so forth. You lose those situational things, which is, I think, why you saw the Wildcats struggle there right at the end of the first half of the clock.
When they have the ball to start the second half, Kermit Whitfield hit by Ty Schwab in a big fashion, but it will give Charles Knopf and this Wildcat offense the first stab here in the third quarter.
All right, Brock, if I'm Charles Knopf, I walk in at halftime and I say, guys, we are killing them over the middle. Let's continue to hammer them if they're in zone with our slot receivers.
So many times that was Nelson Spruce there in the first half. Spruce, 8 catches, 93 yards, number 11.
Yeah, he's been on fire. And Brock, I wonder what the Roughnecks will do zone versus man here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a mix. If I'm Charles as well, I'm telling myself at halftime, just calm down a little bit. Don't blame, don't point fingers, take the responsibility on your shoulders.
Here's Elijah Hood. A couple yards on the run, but they lined up with 2 running backs for the first time today, as we saw Larry Rose go out into a pass pattern. We hadn't seen that all day.
No, we hadn't seen that yet. And it should be noted that Winston Dimmel is on this roster, not active tonight. He's been banged up. Winston Dimmel is a fullback. Played for a long time at Kansas State before going to North Texas in his college career. And Norm wanted to play some 2-back offense with a fullback. Hasn't been able to do that tonight, but he's trying to manufacture that here early in the third.
Here's Elijah Hood, making himself skinny, as they like to say. Flags down on the play, but found a way to turn sideways, get through that hole out near the first down marker, but it may be coming back.
Holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. It's second down.
He does have the best mouthpiece so far.
Yes, there's no doubt about that. The hold was there on Khalil McKenzie. He's the son of former NFL linebacker, current senior personnel executive for Miami, Reggie McKenzie. He was a defensive tackle in college, and now in professional football has made the switch over to offense. He's been on a practice squad a couple of times in the NFL, and now here in the XFL learning this position.
Here's Knopf on second and long, lofting it up. Jordan Smallwood got lit up on the sideline. No flags on the play. Marquestin Huff delivered the big hit.
Yeah, and that was an awkward play because Smallwood had a chance as the ball goes through the corner's hand there, and then the hit comes in late, and Huff goes in and maybe even went a little bit high. Be interested to see. Remember, they stopped play earlier for a player safety issue to evaluate what was happening on a hit there, and Marquestin Huff came in laying the wood.
3rd and 16. LaTroy Lewis with the sack. Ouch.
Beautiful stunt on that right side of the offense. Watch as you're going to get up the field, and then you're going to get back around. Great job of setting up the offensive lineman, waiting, being patient, and then he swings back on the inside and finds himself at the quarterback. And a nice little Smash Brothers forearm as he gets the sack on Charles Knopf.
And so the Wildcats start the second half with a 3 and out. And it should be great field position for Houston. As Sam Mobley is back to take the punt from Shane Tripucka. Dancing around at the 45-yard line. He doesn't get far after the punt, but they are in Wildcat territory. Good first half for P.J. Walker. 3 touchdown passes and a little bit of excitement, I think. When you're throwing like that, you can have fun.
That's right. That's right. He has had some big plays finding his wide receivers open down the field.
In the first half, 24 plays for Houston, only 3 runs. They start the second half with a run by James Butler.
Not only that, that was the first run since the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Wow. You know, so they had thrown 16 straight passes before that run play right there. So clearly that was something that June Jones at halftime said, hey guys, we got to get to the run game, try to slow down the rush a little bit.
You hear Walker barking instructions. Under pressure, escapes. On the run, first down. He says he doesn't like being called a mobile quarterback, but when you can do that, it's hard to escape the label.
Look at him get out of the pocket. He's got to turn all the way back to his left right here. He turns to his left, then he gets vertical up the field. Now he's going to split another couple of Wildcat defenders, and he gets it all the way up the field for a first down. Just electric. And where the game is going, with what we've seen in the National Football League, you know, there are a lot of people out there raised eyebrows right now saying, wow, that looked amazing.
That was a run of 15. Here's James Butler, and he's brought down right away. Nowhere to go on that one. Trey Williams on the tackle.
Number 52, Trey Williams. All right, let's go trips right. Trips right, half. 51, Z go. Trips right, half. 51, Z go.
Hap is usually a motion. My guess is that Hap would be across the ball and back, so you might see this, and he's going to come kind of back right here after he gets to the ball, and then you got the go route on the top over here.
Walker looking right, throwing down deep, and I think everybody was confused. Cam Phillips, the nearest receiver there, but his route was a lot shorter than that pass was.
Not throwing the flat, he's right ass open. All right, let's go trips right. Trips right. 81, X and Z 9, divide special. Divide special.
X and Z 9, divide special.
Under 10 seconds now on the play clock.
Houston 0 for 4 today on third down conversions. Play clock at 1. They get it off. Over the middle, Nick Holly goes up, pulls it in. First and goal.
That throw was unbelievable. That's one of the toughest throws in football. Over the linebacker, between the safeties, and Holly goes up with no fear whatsoever and hauls that one in. That was absolutely tremendous. On time, on rhythm, beautiful trajectory, kind of layers that ball over the defense and sets up a first and goal.
29 yards on the pass. Walker, who has 3 touchdowns in the game so far, hands it off. James Butler stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like a loss of about a yard on the play.
4 wide, 4 wide. Let's go trips, hum to trips right, 51, Z go. Hum to trips right, 51, Z go. Read it, 33.
Hum is the motion. Holly's going to be in motion right near across the ball. He's going to hum in motion right over here, and then he's asking him to read that defense. You see him looking in the backfield.
Walker looking that way open is Khalil Lewis, and it's the 4th touchdown pass of the game for P.J. Walker.
Easy read for P.J. Walker. nicely done on that series. First, Holly goes down the middle. Now he's going to come in motion, and he's going to clear out these defenders, and then the flat is wide open. And how about that ball coming out on time? P.J. Walker is getting that ball out so quickly. Anthony Johnson told Brock right before halftime that he was doing that to that defense, and he does it again there for another touchdown, his 4th of the game.
To 4 different receivers. Here's the 2-point conversion attempt. There's flags everywhere.
Flags all over the place.
Yeah, come on.
Sean Oakman comes in 77, and he goes high and whoa, vicious. Brings him down in the backfield.
2 fouls on the play by the defense. Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 77. Penalties declined. Pass interference. That number 33. Ball be placed at the 1-yard line, and we'll retry.
So if there's a defensive penalty on a try, the ball gets spotted at the 1. If there's another defensive penalty, you get the amount of points you were going for. In this case, they would get 2 points automatically.
That's right. Ohio right.
So now this is a 2-point conversion from the 1-yard line.
I think they're trying to get Cam Phillips down here in a one-on-one. LA knows it. Look right here, you got the safety. He's trying to inch out right now.
Walker on the keeper gets it. Largest lead for either team. Houston now up by 9.
That's a great play call. That is a great play call. Because Cam Phillips was drawing that safety out that I circled, there was a huge amount of room on that right side, and he's able to just go in easily for a touchdown.
Brock Hewart.
Talk to me. You're running down the middle. You know you're going to get hit. What's going through this mind?
Well, I'm not too worried about who's hitting me, who's not. I see the ball, I go get the ball. I told PJ, just throw it up, or whenever y'all have an opportunity, it's me or nobody. I know, from future or past experience from being a quarterback, I know it's awesome to have a receiver that's going to go get it no matter what. So that's
3 torn ACLs and a broken back. Why are you here?
I love football. For the love of the game, opportunity. Vince McMahon's blessed me with a chance to further my career, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
I love the grit. Keep it up.
Thanks.
Great catch by Nick Holley. Helped set up the 4th touchdown pass of the day. There's the catch. And P.J. Walker makes it pay. Walker's having a day. Family having fun here, especially if you're a Houston Roughnecks fan, because your hometown team is up 26-17 in his first game of the XFL campaign. And kicking off, Kermit Whitfield for Los Angeles. Through a hole. Out across the 30. And so Whitfield will set up pretty decent field position for the Wildcats. See what Knopf can do with it.
Hear them say, don't show the formation. That's smart. Just hang back in kind of a muddle huddle. Don't show them anything until you have to.
What do they need to do to get back on track here? 3 and out to start the second half.
Well, they did a great job of keeping them off balance. They had those little reverses. They were able to run the football, throw it inside. Then they were able to get a couple of plays on the outside. I think they've got to get back to that versatility. Nice draw right there.
And that's DeJuan Harris, the former Green Bay Packer, with his first carry of the night. Fox Bet had this game at 5.5 points. Houston was the favorite. They're up by 9 right now. But keep in mind that in the XFL, 9-point lead is just 1 possession.
That's right.
Because you can get a touchdown and go for 3 points.
That's right. That's what. I mean, there's several things that I really love already about this league and this game and the pacing, and that 1 possession being 9 points is one.
Knopf out to Spruce. Right near that marker. Looks like he got it first down.
I tell you what, man, their connection is something else. Before that attempt right there, when targeting Spruce, Knopf was 8 for 9 for 93 yards. Now he's going to be 9 for 10 for over 100. Spruce has done a great job becoming that outlet over the middle, exploiting that zone defense.
Spruce 9 catches, 99 yards. Ball caught. Adonis Jennings. The ball. Oh, no one signaled him down yet. That looks like he did get touched back here, so the officials were communicating exactly where to spot the ball. It'll still be in Houston territory.
Yeah, I thought Ajene Harris made some contact when Jennings was going to the ground. That's a good call by the official there.
Runner was down by contact at the 48-yard line. It's first down.
It is a first down and a gain of 12. Ball's at the 48.
X and Z Circus. Closet right, 62 Frisco. F Bend, X and Z Circus.
A little bit of a shot here. Circus usually, it's like some sort of post corner.
Knopf has time. Miscommunication. Spruce, the nearest receiver there.
Trying to get a little bit of a delay, and Spruce had a hard time getting off the line of scrimmage. That's the problem when you condense that set down and you have that tight formation. The guy on the line of scrimmage, there's a lot of things to get through and work through. An eligible player right here.
Tyler Romer. Here's flagged down as Dwan Harris makes the run, and I believe Romer, who just checked in, as that eligible receiver, may have been the first one to move.
Well, I think he was not set yet. I think that was the problem. Kurt, it looked like he just reached down his hand to try to get set, and Knopf snapped the football.
Hey, you weren't set. You weren't set.
Yeah, his line is just trying to get set. That's on the quarterback. Those are those game management things that we always talk about with quarterbacks.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. It's still first down.
They called it on Storm Norton. There were a couple of guys who weren't set.
Yeah. Brock, what you got?
You know, it's interesting with the mic open here with the quarterback. The number of times, what happened? What happened? Did the ball get tipped? What did I see? Joel, I think this is a really cool window into playing the position and how you got to just let it go at times, sight unseen.
Yep.
Thank you. Here we go. Ready. Go.
Knopf on first down. Little screen pass. That didn't work. Blown up by Kashad Lyons.
What is the play call on 3rd and forever?
Out. Boy. Dual right. 62 Utah. Out. Boy.
Here we go. Ready. Go.
Here on second down. Knopf completes it out to Brandon Barnes. He's fighting his way, getting close to that original line of scrimmage. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, now 3rd down. Got a little bit of it back. Where do they go here?
Are you in that spot where it's going to be 4 downs regardless, because
probably
if you kick in the end zone?
That's right, but a lot of it depends on this down right here, and Norm Chow needs to know if he's got 4 downs to get it. If so, he might throw it a little short of the sticks like that right there.
And they connect. Looks like they're going to be half a yard short. Jordan Smallwood with the catch. Oh, right now, looks like the officials are spotting it right on that unofficial yellow line.
Yeah, nice route by Smallwood. Look as he gets right to that point, and then he's able to just fall. As soon as he gets the ball, he just falls forward.
40 St. Louis on yellow.
And they move the chains.
Yeah, the forward progress gets him the first down.
Here we go. Ready.
Draw play. Dwan Harris, short pickup. Drew Lewis with the tackle.
4 wide receivers. Train right. 62 Frisco. Y over F bend. Look for the guy down the middle, jab. 62 Frisco. Y over F bend.
Here we go. Ready. Go.
Here's Knopf under pressure. Rolling to his right. Ah, he had him. Blackall was open, but he couldn't make the connection.
Blacknall did a great job breaking off his route, scramble rules. He was deep. He comes back to his quarterback who was outside of the pocket, and Knopf was just unable to connect. A lot of times when you're a right-handed quarterback and you're sprinting to your right, you got to make a concerted effort to throw the football further left than you think, because your movement is going to drift the football towards the right. There, he misses widely.
On 3rd and 8. Wobbly pass, incomplete. I think his arm may have gotten hit as he threw the ball.
I think that was Gabe Wright who maybe got a piece of that arm, number 97.
What? No. What are we doing? Let's go.
Knopf obviously doesn't want him to punt. He wants to go for it on 4th and 8.
We gotta go. We gotta go for this.
And instead, Los Angeles calls a timeout to talk about it.
The first timeout of the half by Los Angeles. Timeout on the field.
Let's see if Knopf can talk Winston Moss into going for it on the other side. Stick around.
Hoping to pin him. People down 9. Your call. I understand. I was pleading my case. The lawyer. He's got to protect. I had a first down last play.
Well, if he's a lawyer, he's won his case because they're going for it.
He's going
on
for
4th and 8. This is where the strategy of the XFL comes in.
Well, and I think that they're exactly right here. It's because if they punt the football and it goes into the end zone or out of bounds, it comes out to the 35. It's a 1-yard punt. This is the right decision to go for it here. So Winston Moss, after the timeout, is now going to let his offense go for it. And another thing Charles Knopf was saying is, hey, I need a half a second more in the pocket. He feels like he's got something on this defense.
And he also needs to get it to the 28-yard line. He's got the time. Directing traffic, throws it, broken up. Dietrich Nichols gets it away from Jordan Smallwood, who for a second looked like he had a chance to catch it, but will fall dead, and it'll be a turnover on down.
He missed Smallwood, though, initially. Watch as Smallwood is coming across the field from the left side. Right now is when that ball needs to come out to him. He's got the first down right there if he gives that ball to him on time and on target. But he leaves the pocket and then tries to make a low percentage throw down the field, and Smallwood almost came down with it with a heroic catch in between 3 Roughnecks.
So they run 11 plays, get no points. Houston has it with 3.5 left here in the 3rd quarter. And leading by 9, they decide to run it. James Butler on the carry.
Well, they've made much more of a concerted effort to get to that run game here in the second half. First half, 22 passes, 3 runs. Last drive, 3 passes, 4 rushes. They start out here with a run, but what do they get? They get second and short here. So June Jones probably get aggressive on this snap.
The keeper, Walker. He gets hit, but he gets the first down. Out to midfield.
That's where he took a shot earlier.
And we saw them taking a look at him in between plays, but he seems to be okay right now.
880 Aloha.
We got Trent left up. 880 Aloha on 2, right? I'm going to hold it a little bit.
Empty backfield on first down. Walker underneath. Holly. And Nick Holly fights his way for a couple of yards. And here's a guy we mentioned earlier. Did a little bit of everything in Kent State. And sometimes when you're a tweener, it makes it harder to succeed. Obviously, he's been injured as well. That didn't help. But people don't know where to put you sometimes.
Well, and think about it, though. He comes in that long lineage of guys from Kent State, guys like Julian Edelman, Josh Cribbs, you know, all these different guys that did the same thing. And he's kind of in that mold.
Right in the backfield. Pass caught. Raheem alone. And he fights his way through tackles into the first down. That's his first catch of the game.
Yeah, beautiful little move there. Once he got the ball, he was able to make just a little bit of a move, get himself free, and now move the chains. This is why I feel like June has been aggressive here. Plus territory. This is where he went down the middle of the field in the last series, and he got that huge completion to Nick Holley.
Walker underneath. Even with the flag, he connects with Cam Phillips. Jalen Dunlap was holding onto that jersey for dear life. He couldn't stop the connection from working.
Love Cam Phillips. Well, he runs routes with a sense of urgency.
Catch for a first down. Okay.
And you can see
Dunlap on the field
grabbing.
was a catch for a first down prior to the pass. Holding defense number 28. This penalty is declined, and the result of the play is a first down.
Yeah, they meant number 20 because number 28 is not even active for the Wildcats today. But we saw it was Jalen Dunlap. Didn't matter. They take the catch.
Yeah.
So another first down now at the 30-yard line. Inside of a minute left in this third quarter. Walker zips that one incomplete. Right into and out of the chest of Sammy Coates.
Those are the things Sammy's got to work on. He clearly has an NFL body, speed, all of those things, and it's just the consistency catching the football. And we've seen that hurt him tonight so far.
Jamaica, 880 Jamaica.
Hey, we got Church left up. 880 Jamaica.
A little closer. Let's go a little closer to him, Blake.
Quick pass out to Coates. And Sammy Coates catches that one, but a host of Wildcats there to wrap him up after a short pickup. And that'll take us most likely to the end of this third quarter. The only score was another P.J. Walker touchdown pass. He's got 4 of them tonight, and he also ran it in for the 2-point conversion. Houston doing the H-Town thing, as they like to call it here, winning in front of the home folks as we go into the final period. It has been a fun opener so far. First game of the XFL season for Los Angeles and Houston. The hometown Roughnecks on top 26-17 going into the fourth quarter. Kurt Menefee along with Joel Klatt. Brock Hewitt down on the sideline. And Director of Officiating Dean Blandino joining us as well in case we have any questions. So far it's been a fairly clean game, at least the way it's been officiated. Right now, Houston with a 9-point lead. And keep in mind here in the XFL, if you're just joining us, you can score a touchdown and go for either 1, 2, or 3-point conversion. So a 9-point lead's only a 1-possession lead here as we start the fourth quarter. 8th play of this drive is P.J. Walker. On the sideline, can't hook up with Cam Phillips. Brock Hewitt finds himself a football. You can't resist it, can you, Brock?
You're just finding the action.
What do they like to say? The ball just finds you.
That's right.
Nice job.
Yeah, it looked like actually he had that route right away, right? These decisions are so instantaneous in both these systems. He held it, just couldn't get that third down conversion.
Right, Sergio Castillo comes on to attempt one from 44 yards away, and P.J. Walker kind of flexing his lower leg there.
Yeah, he got up slowly. He kind of got dragged down, his feet under the tackler. Let's hope he's okay.
Castillo puts it through. The lead is now 12. Well, the greatest day in all of racing returns. The Daytona 500 kicks off the 2020 NASCAR season next Sunday, February 16th, starting at 2:30 Eastern, with a pre-race beginning at 1 o'clock Eastern, only right here on Fox.
That was important to make it that 2-possession game. You know, it was sitting in a 1-possession game. Sergio was able to hit that one through, and now the Roughnecks up by 2 possessions. And on the other side, LA has found some success, and they've had pockets of really solid, good play. The difference, Kurt, is that Charles Knopf has gotten himself amped up, a little too amped up at times, and he needs to just settle down and get back into that good rhythm that he was in late in the first quarter. He's gotten a little bit too excitable. He's been, you know, arguing with his coaches here and there about going forward and where they want it. As a quarterback, sometimes you just got to go out there and just execute your plan. Don't worry about everything else. If you can get back into that rhythm, I'd imagine they would have some success on this series.
Here's Larry Rose with the kick return. Out to about the 30. Skycam tonight brought to you by Roman. 14-17 left to go on the clock. Knopf will try to get going. He is 1 for his last 7 passing. You talk about just has to find a way to settle down.
Well, and listen, it's happened to all of us here, and they're going to go with a different quarterback now. Okay, here we go. Jalen McClendon now. He was at North Carolina State. Was a grad transfer, went to Baylor, didn't play a ton, only 1 game started there. He was in training camp with the Redskins and now gets his shot here.
And there's the hand to Elijah Wood to start the possession. And a nice pickup and a first down.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need as a quarterback. You get in there and all of a sudden the rhythm is established by a veteran running back, Elijah Hood, right through the hole. Good offensive line play. And now let's see what McClendon can do.
Started off first 3 years at North Carolina State. Graduate transfer to Baylor. Ball's out. McClendon picks it up. Not the way he wanted to come into the game. Beniquez Brown knocked it out. Elijah Hood was the running back who started this play.
Looked like they were trying to just execute a zone read, and it looked like he wanted to keep that ball, and Hood kind of clamps down on it. You are responsible as a quarterback for that mesh point. You've got to make the decision, either pull that ball out decisively or let that running back take it.
First pass from McClendon, incomplete in the direction of Barnes.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you would go with here because your quarterback is totally cold. Spruce has been the go-to guy, but that's been with Knopf in the game. Spruce is bottom of your screen. He's the single wide receiver.
Here comes the blitz. McClendon fires, bouncing around, picked off. Dedrick Nichols with the interception. Change of quarterbacks doesn't change the result.
Little tip drill out there. That ball was underthrown and behind the wide receiver. Jalen Green was trying to get back to it, but he's going to reach back across the field. That's what allows Ajene Harris to get in there, get his hand in there, and knock the ball out. And perfectly done. Tipped up, little tip drill. Nichols is there, and the beneficiary picks it off, and the Roughnecks are back in business.
They take over at the 42-yard line after the interception. Third turnover by the Wildcats tonight. Here's P.J. Walker. Quick pass. Raheem Malone. And it's hard to go back and go at the end of the first half. Los Angeles was lining up for a 29-yard field goal attempt to take the lead going into the locker room. They get a penalty, then they let the time run out after the penalty, so they wind up with no points. They come out 3 and out to start this third quarter, and it's just gone downhill from there, if you will.
It really has, and they've played a little out of sorts and gotten a little too excited. You know, remember Sergio Castillo kicked that kickoff out of bounds, and that gave the Wildcats the ball at the plus 45 at the end of that first half, and they were unable to get points because of the mismanagement of the clock.
Quick pass out to Malone. First down on Roughnecks. And on the flip side, P.J. Walker's done just about everything right.
With a calm, cool, collected play caller.
4 touchdown passes. He's also run one in for a 2-point conversion, but he just seems in command of this offense.
He sure does. Showed off his ability to elude, escape, create. His great arm down the field, great decision making and timing.
Here's the pressure, lofting it up. Hand fighting along the sidelines. Sammy Coates going back and forth with Arion Springs. No flags.
Yeah, great play by Springs. Again, squeezing Coates over to the sideline, and again takes a shot. And it's again Sean Oakman who gets in there with the pressure.
There's a Wildcat player injured on the field. Injury timeout. Don't forget, week 1 of the XFL continues tomorrow as the Tampa Bay Vipers kick off their season in New York against the Guardians. It starts at 2 o'clock Eastern on Fox, and then the action moves over to ESPN where the Dallas Renegades host the St. Louis Battlehawks at 5. It's the inaugural weekend of the XFL on Fox and ESPN. We saw Ahmad Dixon jog off the field. We believe it was just cramps. He's got that cramp walk, I think.
Yeah, he does. And should be noted, you know, that it's decently warm here, and these players have not played a live game in quite some time. Some of them in multiple years,
right?
You know, and this is why they're here, is to get these game reps. So we'll see how they hold up here in the next 11:33.
Yeah, this LA defense has been on the field for 59 plays so far. He wasn't obviously on all of them, but still the majority of them. They're starting safety, so he's out of the game now. Here's P.J. Walker on the keeper. Probably didn't need to because he's already out of bounds. Tried to leap over Jalen Dunlap.
Well, this defense, like you said, they've been out there a long time. That's Pepper Johnson, the defensive coordinator for this Wildcats defense. 13 years as an NFL linebacker. He's got 5 Super Bowl rings. 2 as a player when he played for Bill Parcells and the New York Giants. 3 as an assistant coach with Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. It was their first 3 rings that they got there. So a wealth of experience for this Wildcats defense from their coordinator.
And he needs his defense to get a stop here. 3rd and short. Walker zips that one, and it's caught by Khalil Lewis. 1st and goal for Houston, and another big conversion made by their quarterback.
And he manipulated the pocket very well in order to get back to the backside. June Jones has a player for him at quarterback, and again, on time, player breaks, ball's out. On target, Khalil Lewis has some speed, and he's able to create space for an easy completion.
Off. Okay.
Gain of 18 to the 4-yard line. Walker already with 4 touchdown passes. And off. Butler. Touchdown. Houston Roughnecks.
Well, the Houston fans love it. Roughneck fans and all of you that took the over on Fox Bet love it as well. The Roughnecks into the end zone. What a series. That ball to Lewis was perfect. P.J. Walker has played a sensational game. He really has. He's been impressive, Kurt. Really love his game.
He came into training camp battling Connor Cook to be the starting quarterback, won that battle, and I think we can see why tonight. I mean, he has executed this offense to perfection. Lining up for the 2-point conversion attempt. They get it. It's a 20-point lead with under 10 minutes left to go.
Beautiful job from PJ's feet. This is something that he's been working on. A little soft roll to the left. He delivers it. And he gets the 2. The Roughnecks laying the wood on the LA Wildcats. Fun night here in Houston.
Well, at one point in the second quarter, the Houston Roughnecks were down 17-12. They put up 25 unanswered. And now we've got a nice 20-point cushion inside 10 minutes left here. Larry Rose. Oh, big helmet-to-helmet hit. Jeremiah Johnson doing it. There are no penalty markers down right now. But they could have thrown it there if they wanted to.
See who comes out for Wildcats at quarterback. Looks like it's going to be McClendon.
Last series was his first. He threw an interception. We'll take one more look at this hit.
Man.
Here we go.
All right, from the 29-yard line, the Wildcats take it over. Here comes the pressure. McClendon can't get away. Sacked. Dietrich Nichols, the safety, comes on the blitz and gets the sack.
Let's go talk to June Jones real quick. Coach, you got to be thrilled with the way you guys have played. This is Joel and Kurt up in the booth. You got to be thrilled. You were down 17-12, and you guys have played so well since the middle of that second quarter.
Well, you know, it's kind of frustrating. You know, we dropped balls, we missed open guys, and you know, we're still in the game at halftime. The real difference has been we've gotten the 3 turnovers, and if we had scored points on those drives, I think I would be still worried at 9-10 here.
Talk about the play of your quarterback, because to us at least it looks like P.J. Walker's done very little wrong tonight.
Yeah, no, he's you know, he's played well. He's seeing it. He's seeing it, doing good. And you know, I knew that he was going to make some plays on the scramble part. You don't get a chance to see that in practice, but I watched it. He did it against me at SMU.
Good luck here. The rest of the game will let you get back to coaching.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you very much, June Jones, the head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, are up by 20 points right now, and Edmund Robinson and his defense trying to get a stop here. They've done well so far.
Coach was referring to his time at SMU when he had to play P.J. Walker when P.J. was at Temple playing for Matt Rule before Matt Rule went to Baylor and then subsequently went to the Carolina Panthers. It should be noted that P.J. Walker is the Temple career wins record holder as a quarterback there for the Temple Owls, and they had so much success. He's the school's winningest QB. And he had 10,000 pass yards, 74 touchdowns in his career there for Matt Rule. And I got to tell you, I've loved his game so far tonight. I have really loved his composure.
I was going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Matt Rule was the coach, but he was the quarterback who really turned that program around there at Temple.
No doubt.
Sam Mobley runs out of room. There's a flag down at midfield as well.
Return of about 5.
P.J. Walker going to need another shot at this. Just a matter of where the ball will be spotted. And for those of you who are just joining us, Walker not only successful there at Temple.
Holding receiving team number 47. 10-yard penalty from the end of the return. It's first down, Houston.
But Walker also spent a couple of years with the Indianapolis Colts on their practice squad. You can see why they believe in him. You can also keep your eye on the XFL tomorrow. On FS1, Aaron Murray and the Tampa Bay Vipers will travel to New York to take on Matt McGloin and the Guardians. The XFL is on FS1 tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And getting back, the game is actually, despite what I just read, on Fox, not on FS1. So you don't even have to turn your channel. Getting back to Walker, though. I mean, what a game he's had tonight. And this is just an opportunity he mentioned to us to get into a game and get some game reps, which you don't really get to do when you're on the Colts practice squad.
Well, it's a great point, Kurt. And here's the deal, folks. With the way that league is set up, there's not a lot of development that goes on. If you're a practice squad player, you're not getting a lot of reps. You're not getting in a lot of preseason games. So how do you put together film in order to better your chances to become, you know, a quarterback at that level? You come here and think about the film that he's gotten just from tonight. Now he's going to have a whole season, P.J. Walker, and he shows you the skill set that you need to be successful at that next level. And he's done a tremendous job. And I'm telling you, and I said it in the first half as well, And Brock, I'd love your thoughts on this as well. With the direction of the position and the guys that are having success at the next level, you look at P.J. Walker and you're like, okay, this could work.
And the willingness, I think most importantly, Joel, of those teams and franchises and systems to say, yeah, I'm going to play to that skill set. What June just said to you guys, like, I know he's going to scramble and make plays. I'm not just going to be enamored with the pretty practice player. I'm going to take my chances with that playmaker, and that's more and more what you're seeing at the next level.
And this is what we've seen with this being the first game. Under pressure, the blitz came from outside, and I don't think Walker had much of a chance. Willie Mays was the first guy to get there, but there's Sean Oakman again taking advantage.
Oakman has had a huge night here. You know, not a lot of positives, in particular in the second half for the Wildcats, but here it's just a little bit of a zone pressure look where the defensive ends are kind of slanting towards the outside, and he finds a lane in there, and he's able to get a sack. And he's certainly been all over the field and in the backfield quite a bit. And that's the one thing Houston's going to have to clean up, Kurt, is P.J. Walker's taken too many hits tonight. As well as he's played, he's been under pressure far too much.
Here's the punt from Austin Rico. Good kick. Roman Tatum bobbles it. And look who's there to make the tackle. Sammy Coates on special teams.
Love that willingness. Sammy Coates all the way down the field. And again, even the gunners can't leave until the punter kicks the ball. That's one of the small differences here in the XFL. And he's able to get himself all the way down there with a beautiful punt. And now the Wildcats will go back to Charles Knopf. I think this is probably a good decision. They were moving the ball a lot better with Knopf in than they did with Jalen McClendon in on a couple of series. And that's not an indictment on McClendon. That's just a tough spot, right? I mean, go in there cold
with an offense that wasn't clicking at that point, and try and turn it around. That one batted at the line of scrimmage, and it'll fall incomplete. And, you know, maybe part of it as well, we talked about trying to calm Knopf down, maybe take him out of the game for a little bit, and you can get him mentally back to where you want him.
You know, those are the lessons that sometimes coaches have to teach players, even in the middle of games. You know, when you pull them out and you say, hey, listen, we might lose this one, but for later down the road, you got to learn how to keep your composure.
I overthrew Spruce that one. Nelson Spruce cutting across field and was open. Ken Cottrell will be happy with that.
Yeah, there's no doubt. His defense has played really well.
Long-time defensive coordinator.
Defensive calls are quick and short.
Go get the guy with the ball.
That's right.
Here's Knopf from behind. Ball's out.
Fumble.
Cowboy worked. There's DeMarcus Gates with the recovery. He has been busy and active all night.
Is that Drew Lewis that was in there causing the fumble?
LaTroy Lewis.
LaTroy Lewis. Boy, great rush by LaTroy Lewis. They're getting the snapshot there in the end zone, rightly so. Since that middle of the second quarter, this defense has been great, in particular the pass rush. There he is. LaTroy Lewis knocks the ball out. And there's several Roughnecks ready to go. And Gates, who's had a big night, is able to get the recovery. And another turnover for the Wildcats.
4 on this evening. And with under 5 minutes left, this defense can close, because it's up to the offense to just kind of shut it out from here on. Sidearm pass by Walker. A short gain by Cam Phillips, but is Walker showing he can do anything from any angle?
Yeah. And you got to, in particular when you're his height. You know, Walker's not the tallest guy out there. He's listed, I've got him at 5'11", and obviously that's not very tall. And in order to be successful at that height, you've got to be able to throw from any arm angle. You can't just be, you've got to be athletic. You've got to be able to dip down. You've got to find the windows to throw the football. And he just showed you that ability there.
Zips that one across the middle. Nick Holly. Going to be just shy of the first.
Good.
Well, they're official kept backing up after he spotted the ball.
Let's go trips right, trips left up, trips left up. 880 prop divide special. Trips left up, 880 prop divide special. 30.
They spotted that as a first down. And now we've got a timeout on the field here.
Ruling on the field of a first down is under further review.
That's what I was saying. The official kept backing up as he was spotting the ball. I wasn't sure that was a first down, and so now replay will take a look at it to make sure.
All right, so we're checking the line to gain, Butter.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, the line to gain is the 11-yard line. And as he's getting there, he's touched, he's short, he's at the 11.5-yard line.
Okay.
The clock is at 4:18 when he's touched, when he's contacted at the 11.5. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
So we're going to go 3rd and 1 at the 11.5.
And we're going to the spot 3.
Okay.
And we
Red
can
hash,
and then the clock's running. So are we going to put the clock back to 4:18?
Yeah, I think we reset it to where he was when he was down.
Yeah.
You got okay. So we're good. So it's anything else?
No, that's good. Thanks, man.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
All right, once again, that's the replay review official, Mark Butterworth.
After reviewing the play, when the runner was down by contact, the football was short of the line to gain. It'll be 3rd and 1. The clock will be reset to 4 minutes, 18 seconds.
So they'll back it up and put more time on the clock. But there you see, we talk so much about officiating in a negative aspect. You can see when it works right, how it works.
That's right. And there's so much going on, right? You know, the placement and the clock, and then where do the chains go? And what's the clock doing? And they wind the clock here, so now it's running. There's a lot going on.
But they went back and got it right, so it's 3rd and 1. Walker towards the end zone, picked off. First turnover of the night for Houston. Ladarius Wiley flips it back. Arion Springs finally winds up with it, but this is what this Wildcat defense needed, a turnover.
They needed it in a big way, and this is the first huge mistake that P.J. Walker has really made. As he's looking into the end zone, what you're going to see is that the safety just baits him into this throw. The safety kind of comes over from that side. Now he's going to slide over, and he's just right in the lane. Walker never sees him from that backside, and it's an easy pick. That's a terrific job there by Ladarius Wiley of just sliding over. Former Vanderbilt player, 32 games at Vandy, so he's a veteran. He's been on the field, and he understands that nuance, and he's able to get a pick here in his first game in the XFL.
And they certainly needed this, down by 20. Look, clock not in their favor, but with the scoring in this league and the clock rules, once you get inside 2 minutes, there's still an opportunity here.
Yeah, listen, I mean, you can get, they need 3 possessions. You can get it here with 3:59, but they're going to have to get down the field quickly, and it's going to be difficult with that pass rush and how well they've been able to rush the passer here in the last few series.
Charles Knopf out to Nelson Spruce.
Let's go.
And Spruce with the catch goes over the 100-yard mark. First receiver in XFL history to go over 100 yards. How about that?
There we go. A bright spot for the Wildcats here. Got to get down the field.
Overthrows him this time.
You know, at some point, Brock, I'd love your thoughts on this as well. You know, in this situation, you know you need 3 possessions. You got to get the ball down the field. You can't be throwing these over routes.
Yeah, there's no question, but the challenge, and you've seen this for the last 2 quarters, is this front for Houston that we talked about, that we knew would be really tough to block.
Oh, that one almost picked off, thrown short. Ajane Harris on the pass intended for Jalen Green.
And it looks like a little miscommunication, right? You know, it looks like he's trying to stop and maybe have a break route. Knopf thinks it's just going to be a regular slant, and he's bringing him across the field. And now they're in a position where they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Needing the 47. Knopf runs it. Gets the first down, keeps the drive going, but probably should have slid. As long as he stands up, he's allowed to be hit, and Cody Brown does just that.
Wow, takes a huge shot there. Great decision, getting himself up in the pocket, takes off for the first down. Got to get down and slide and not take that vicious hit there in the middle of the field. Oof. Tell you what, man, these defenders, you can tell that they have not been able to tackle anybody for a long time because they have come out here and played physical and fast. Seen Cody Brown several times tonight, Kurt.
Play clock down to 2.
More miscommunication.
We did.
I don't think the Wildcats have a
matchup, but you just want to make it a false start and we'll be good. Okay. What number? Here we go. False start. Offense number 11 was never set before the snap. 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
But they had to snap it quickly because the play clock was running out.
But they didn't have enough players out there. Spruce tried to just jump out there and get set. And that's
just
why
all was messed up.
They were talking to each other. The officials were like, well, what do you want to call it? Like, I don't really know. Let's call it a false start and be good with it.
Yeah, you make your choice, right? First and long. Knopf just throws that one into the ground, incomplete. You know, you and Brock were talking a second ago about how you have to get the ball downfield if you're Los Angeles. Is this where you're hampered by having a quarterback that's only been here a couple of weeks?
Well, I don't think it's much about his familiarity with the offense as much as it is exactly what Brock talked about, the pressure, the time. Brock, they just don't have the time to get the ball down the field.
All right, that takes us to the 2-minute warning. They don't get it off. And so the final 2 minutes in regulation here, the hometown Houston Roughnecks up by 20 in this XFL opener. LA Wildcat quarterback Charles Knopf is in the tent. They've left it open so we can see they're working on his left shoulder. And he is not happy. You've got to wonder. He just slid on that last play, took a big hit from Cody Brown. So now he's out of the game, and Jalen McClendon is back in at quarterback.
All right, here we go.
And keep in mind, both these guys are playing tonight because their starter, Josh Johnson, is out with a thigh injury here in week 1 as McClendon connects with Spruce. Let's go back to the hit. This is right after it.
This? Yeah. Which one? More right. More right. I think I can throw, but I'm separated. I've done it before.
You can hear him say he thinks he separated it. McClendon got away, goes down, and this defense continues to bring the pressure. Carl Bradford with the chase and tackle.
Good speed on this defensive line. Nowhere to go with these quarterbacks because they've got to get the ball down the field as quickly as they can. Certainly not an ideal situation now inside of the 2-minute warning.
Here's McClendon. No man's land. Incomplete.
Yeah, this is tough, right? Because Josh Johnson is supposed to be your starting quarterback, takes a lot of the reps, then all of a sudden he's banged up. You're trying to get McClendon ready, then all of a sudden Knopf comes in a trade. I thought this was the biggest element of the game, right, is the fact that he only had 5 practices. They played really well in the kind of the middle section of the first quarter, second quarter, but then they were just unable to make adjustments. The rush started getting home on these quarterbacks, and the Wildcats kind of just, the rhythm fell out of their offense. Credit Houston, though. I thought that defensive line, as Brock has been talking about, they've done a heck of a job tonight. And P.J. Walker has done to this Wildcat team kind of what he did to June Jones. You know, in that SMU Temple game, he had 385 total yards and 5 total touchdowns.
Here's the handoff to James Butler, and I think the June Jones told us right after that game, you know, he's the opposing coach, obviously. He goes over to Walker because he was so impressed. He said, just keep doing what you're doing, young man.
Yeah. 32, Denver. Strong left, 32, Denver.
When I hear a play like that to me, 32 is a run. Denver, a D word, any Denver, like Dover, Denver, you know, something, probably a delay or a draw. Right here, I would think over the right side, because to me, even numbers are on the right.
They run it with the game clock winding down. They pick up a first down as we reach the 1 minute mark. They'll spot it, 5 seconds will run, and then the play clock or the game clock will start again. And here's a look at what the Roughnecks have on the schedule for the next 5 weeks. Remember, this is a 10-game season. So barring a miracle, they will start 1-0 as they have the St. Louis Battlehawks coming in here next week. So back-to-back home games. And if they keep playing like this, with the crowd they had tonight, this is going to be a tough place to play.
I was impressed with the crowd, the team, and you can tell that the fans, they really enjoyed it, you know, and they enjoyed the brand of football, in particular from their hometown team. And this has been fun. I got to tell you, this has been quite the experience and exceeded my expectations a bit.
Certainly not what Winston Moss wanted to see from his Wildcats. They came out and they had the lead. They had a chance to retake it right before half, but things just tumbled. Got out of control from that point on. And you can see next week they take on the Dallas Renegades in their home opener. Houston calling a timeout with the play clock winding down. June Jones not happy, despite being up by 20.
Just needs to.
We got X and Z tight kneel down. Yep.
I don't. Hey, I can call that play. I can decipher it. Brock, don't stop me. Joel, don't stop me. It's going to be a kneel down.
There we go. Okay. I love it. That's fantastic.
I've been around you guys long enough. I can pick up on this.
That's good stuff. Oh, man.
Well, everybody's favorite formation, if you're an offensive player, if you're a quarterback. And this week, if you're a Houston Roughneck fan, it's the kneel down. P.J. Walker, June Jones, and the Roughnecks will win their first game here in the XFL, 37-17 over the Los Angeles Wildcats. A great game for Walker. 272 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Ran for another 27. And he shows everybody why he beat out Connor Cook to be the starting quarterback for this team. He's standing by right now with Brock Hewitt.
He told us yesterday, it's been a couple years since he got into play. The third string practice squad, you don't get a lot of reps. What were those reps like tonight?
It was amazing just to get out here and fly around with live bullets, you know, to run around, make plays for my guys, and just have fun.
What did you learn about this system, and what did you learn about your teammates tonight?
We're never out of it. We're never out of it, and my teammates are tough. And it starts with me. I'm going to have to start being tougher and just keep playing.
Yeah, you took some hits tonight. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great.
Always feel better with a win.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this team was down 17-12 with less than 2 minutes in the second quarter. 25 straight, and that's how you win it. Congratulations to June Jones, the mini Gatorade dump.
That's so good.
Hey, a win's a win, right?
That's right.
Coney Ely doing the duty. And so the first game is in the books for both the Roughnecks and the Wildcats. Houston wins it 37-17, and this was fun, Joel Klatt.
It really was. This was really good football, really exciting football. I can't wait for the rest of the season. As you see, Houston jumps out. They're 1-0. LA now drops to 0-1, and DC with that big win earlier today. Can't wait for tomorrow's game. This is going to be fun, man. I got to tell you, this is good stuff.
It really is. There are a couple games tomorrow, actually. On Fox, it's the Tampa Bay Vipers and the New York Guardians starting at 2 o'clock Eastern. And then over on ESPN, the Dallas Renegades will host the St. Louis Battlehawks. That game's at 5 p.m. For Joel Klatt, Brock Hewitt, and our entire XFL on Fox crew, I'm Kurt Menefee saying thank you for joining us for this opening game of the XFL on Fox. We enjoyed it. Hope you did too. We will see you next Saturday. Another XFL game will be coming your way on Fox in, about 20 hours from now. 2 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday. Can't wait.